This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Harry's Razors.
Very nice.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James Wilson, and as Mr. Sunday with me, as always, is my co-host Nick Mason.
That started out really smooth, like a smooth
We got
kind of radio DJ.
smooth new microphones,
And
Mason.
then it got really exhausted really quickly. You were like, "Hey, welcome to the late night. It's the night man over here in the
I
radio
never sleep.
station."
I never sleep.
Why won't you let me leave this studio? I'll die here.
I enjoy Nightman on radio. I used to when I listened to radio because I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy's clearly losing his mind. He doesn't want to do this shift, but he wants to be on radio.
Yeah, right.
I'm talking about the Spoon Man, maybe. There's a reference that
There's always a late night radio guy.
there certainly
yeah,
is.
I kind
yeah.
of.
Who's your Spoon Man? Right in.
Yeah, let us know. Oh, that'd be great. What's your regional spoon man?
Yeah.
What's your late night regional radio guy? What's his gimmick?
Yep.
Who's calling in? We've got one in.
Is he on his own? Yes.
He's always on his own, but sometimes he's got a producer
Yeah,
that he
right.
throws to every once in a while
Yeah.
who's clearly bored and on their phone. It'll be like, "What do you think about this, Jessica?" Silence. Jessica,
And if it was like,
I think it's pretty good.
it's fine. And if it was like 2003, they're just literally on their phone, on a
Yeah.
phone, just chatting to somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Before smartphones.
But yeah, let us know what their gimmick is as well. And
Who's
like,
your Spoon Man?
who's your spoon man? Exactly. There's a guy here. He lets people call in with their bad opinions. It's great.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it a late night missed connections romance kind of thing? We had one of those
Richard
for a while.
Mercer? Was it Richard
Yeah,
Mercer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he
Love
still do
Connections
it?
or maybe I don't know.
I bet you $100 he does.
Should we pivot to like late night love connections?
I think I'd be bad at that. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
me
just
too.
go get someone else, mate. That would just be the. It was always people who were in jail, or their partner was in jail.
Uh-huh.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. And you'd give some bad advice there. You'd be like, yeah, just leave him. I mean, leave your forwarding address to the guy in jail, of course, obviously.
Don't do that part of it. Yeah. What else we got here? We'll do news because we talk movies and comics and TV shows. So we're trying new mics. We got these from Rode.
we
They
did.
sent them out for free. We'll talk about it when we start filming because they'll be on a camera, so we'll be able to see them on a camera.
Tell you what, they certainly look fancy.
so
They've got a whole they've got a cage situation.
That's
down the back.
that's a shock mount thing.
Oh.
So you can actually slap it.
Huh.
It'll still break, but you can. I wouldn't let you slap the old ones. So these ones
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
slap all you want.
But these ones I get maybe like one slap a month.
Yeah, probably. He's wasted his slap already.
That wasn't a slap. That was
I
a
didn't even
touch.
hear that when you did that.
That's
And that
amazing.
rattled away.
Yeah, right.
See this old mic stand that I
Yeah.
had, the one that just would repeatedly fall on me?
Yeah.
These ones are really good, really stable.
okay.
Anyway, no one cares. But people do care.
The lovely people at Road care, I'm
They
sure.
do. Do you think the lovely people at
I
Rode...
just hit it with a baseball bat. There was no loss of sound at all.
There might be a little bit of popping. We got to figure that out at some point.
I
but-
just called in an airstrike.
Did you do... You shouldn't do that.
Nah, we're all going to die, but this microphone's going to pick up perfect sound.
People are going mad, I think, for Robert Battenbat,
That's true.
Which is our-
he's
yeah.
confirmed as our Batman.
which is our nickname for, of course, Robert Pattinson. He's the new Batman. Why would he do this to himself? He knows the crazy fandom, and he's
Oh, yeah,
dived
that's
back into
true,
it.
yeah.
And it's a different group of fandom as well. So he's going to have one group of fandom coming after him forever, and now he's going to
Yeah.
have Batman fans.
And
forever.
the Batman fans are also they are preloaded with hate for him.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's not Affleck anymore, and second of all,
I don't think anybody's that. Like,
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And also because he's from what is considered a lame
Yeah.
teen franchise as
Yeah.
well. So
But I'm trying to think who's from a lame. George Clooney was in Roseanne,
that's true.
and he was Batman.
Yep.
Val Kilmer was the Saint. Maybe after he was Batman or before.
Maybe.
Is that a teen franchise?
Yeah, that's
Maybe
a teen
in the
franchise.
60s.
The Saint, yeah.
Yeah.
A teen heartthrob, the Saint.
Are they bringing that
He
back?
solved crimes, but also he was in a little, he was in a Monkeys-style boy band called The Saints.
Do you think... I think people are generally pretty okay with this.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think also they kind of softened the blow a few weeks back when they
By-
were
by
like, this is
saying
what's
maybe,
happening.
yeah,
They even
uh-huh.
said this week that it was in between him and Nicholas Hoult, like it was coming down to the wire.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad they went this way. I like Nicholas Hoult, but I prefer this choice.
Yeah,
Also,
Nicholas-
he's going to be Beast forever, so...
Obviously, yeah, exactly. Beast with a serum.
That's
so
right.
he doesn't have to be Beast anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's such a method actor. He's just walking through the street,
How does he do
living
it?
his life as Beast with a serum.
Do you think
You know?
if he did Batman though, he's like, no, I'm Batman with the serum, so I don't need the
Don't
costume.
need the costume at all.
I got a serum.
Yeah, God, and the serum replaces all my detective skills and all my fighting as well. Can we just say I've got a serum and just something excretes from my skin and all the bad guys just fall over? We keep getting trailers for Dark Phoenix. There's so many Dark Phoenix trailers. I saw
I've got-
another one earlier today.
Yeah.
Before Godzilla.
I
and-
stopped watching them. What do you think
good
of the
call.
trailer? Well, just quickly, I'll just say Robert Bat will be in a trilogy, apparently.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, do you want to do the Dark Phoenix news now?
Okay.
Sure. Apparently, the ending has been changed because it is similar to another recent superhero movie.
I read the
probably
title
Captain
of that
Marvel, right?
article, but I was not aware of that. So
James McAvoy said this, I believe.
James McAvoy said
He's back. Oh, boy.
So wait, is this a second change to the ending? Because the first change of the ending, as we know, as we've discussed here on the
I
podcast,
changed to a train.
was from the depths of outer space to a train.
Yes.
And are they changing?
I
it
think
again
this might
because
be
this was
it.
too similar to the train.
Maybe this is it. Yeah.
because the previous one was too similar to Captain Marvel's outer space.
I assume so.
Battle. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And that wasn't a very good battle from my memory. It was just flying through spaceships
well,
and
exactly. It's
lasers.
kind of it's spaceships and lasers and flying through.
And that's
things,
in a
it's-
universe I care about. So imagine it in a universe that I've forgotten for the most
Yeah.
What a kind of downer to end on. Maybe, look, we're talking about it next week, so maybe it'll be great.
Oh, is it out next week?
It's out next week.
Good lord! All right.
Good Lord, indeed.
Yes.
It's wrapping up the X-Men film, sort of. New Mutants. Apparently, they're still doing reshoots on that. Apparently, it's going to happen. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of a downer to kind of end on Dark Phoenix when they did a Logan.
Yeah,
You know,
it really is,
they
isn't it?
turn the
Yeah.
cross and it's an X.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It's
I
a
remember.
metaphor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And a literal representation. It's two things. What do you need?
I've never said I needed more than that.
I didn't think you did.
And somebody pointed out this to me, and it's obvious in retrospect, but the Phoenix saga in the comic books went years.
Yeah.
And Jean Grey was the Phoenix for years before she was Dark Phoenix. And twice they've just gone...
What if we didn't?
Just skip that whole bit.
Yeah. Well, they actually, Matthew Vaughn was interviewed earlier this week. Oh, no, sorry. Was it Matthew Vaughn? Maybe it was Matthew Vaughn.
A man
Or, a
was
man
interviewed
with,
this week.
or someone involved
A
in
man with
First Class.
opinions.
Yeah, maybe the guy who wrote First Class. But anyway, I think Matthew Vaughn's idea was to do something in, like, he did First Class, and then he was going to do something in between. Then he was going to do Days of Future Past. And they're like, no, let's just do the Days of Future Past idea. Let's just go straight to that.
Yeah, right,
Because we get the original cast back and it will do really well, which it did. But maybe if this universe would be in a better state if they kind of slowly built to it instead of just went, let's skip forward 10 years of time travel.
Every movie's a skip forward 10 years.
Yeah. They really locked themselves into that.
They really did, yeah.
Jump forward.
Yeah.
These movies are set over 40 years.
Yeah, they just...
40 years, 30 years. I don't know. 30
Do you
years.
think
I think.
somebody got like a job lot on like period appropriate costumes of the last
Maybe.
50 years?
But I still can't really tell when any of them are set.
No.
Like, it's still kind of vague.
But it's also, I feel like it's
I mean,
very-
Nixon was there, so I got it.
Right.
You know?
It's also kind of like they just went, okay, what was the 80s like? High tops and
A mall?
and leg warmers
And a mall.
and the mall. Let's
Yeah.
just throw all that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Quicksilver will do a bit where he runs very fast?
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't he do a thing where he does it real fast and he rescues this astronauts? Isn't that
Oh,
his
yeah.
thing?
There's another bit I think he does it with Phoenix, as the Phoenix as well.
Okay.
Dark Phoenix, sorry.
Oh, all
Because
right.
we've skipped over just the Phoenix.
And
So
then
she
she
was the
beats him up.
Phoenix for years, was it?
Yeah, in the comic book, sure.
See, I've never gone back and read them because I bet I wouldn't like it.
Well, it's Chris Claremont era,
Yeah.
which is again the era where everybody was very verbose,
Mm.
and there were a lot of thought bubbles, and there was a lot of people explaining their powers as they used
yes.
them.
Your favorite era?
Yeah.
Well, everyone's comic is someone's first comic. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Everyone.
That doesn't excuse anything.
No, every
Do you mean
comic-
every comic is somebody's first comic they've written?
No, I mean, as in, if you pick up a comic, Mason.
Yes.
It could be your first comic. It's not your first comic, but it's somebody's first comic. So if they pick up X-Men Phoenix 47, if they're like, who's this guy with the lasers in his eyes?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I
You
don't
need a bit of-
get
you
it.
need
And
of
he's like, well, these are
exposition.
my optic glass and I use them to it's a concussive force that I channel from another dimension or
Yeah, right.
whatever version. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, I get it.
Anyway, if you like X-Men.
I think it should go the absolute other way.
yeah. I tend to
It's-
agree.
it's-
Keep up, idiot. That's
Yeah.
what comics should
Half
be.
the panels are blacked out, and you got to just know. It's just just a panel of Scott Summers,
Yeah.
and then a black panel, and then just a panel of a building in rubble, and you got to join the dots.
I'll take that. Yeah.
And if you don't get it, there's a 1-900 number you call at the bottom of the page, and you ring it up, and it's like, you should know, idiot.
Also, that cost you $7.
Yeah.
This phone call.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you want to move that a bit closer? I think
Yes.
it's moving a bit far out. It's a bit heavy.
moving on
Mason,
its
be
own.
careful.
All right.
There we go.
What
That's
about
better.
now?
I think that's better. I
right.
don't know. I honestly don't know, but that does sound better. I had something to say about X-Men.
I
Oh, yeah.
reflexively moved slightly back in my chair. I think I'm afraid of microphones.
You should be, Mason, because what if that falls on you? It's heavy, it's high quality. It'll knock you out, it'll kill you even. It could go
Exactly.
right through your chest, pin you to the floor.
But this safety cage will keep it.
No,
recording.
that just means, oh yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, you're right. If this microphone went through me, like the safety cage would enable easy removal
Definitely,
from my
yeah.
corpse.
Yeah, and I guess I
So,
evenally would. But we've
You
got
just grab it
6.
from yeah. You,
So I'll probably just grab another one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Good call. Get a fresh one.
Get a fresh one.
Yeah. This looks easy clean though.
Yeah, just like I easy clean the last ones all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
You could rinse it off.
Yeah, just under the hose in the garden.
yeah.
We're doing X-Men The Last Stand for Caravan of Garbage on Tuesday.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh,
We've done it. We already did it.
Okay, right.
It's odd because whenever we do one of those, like, because we did Godzilla last week.
Yeah.
There's always a few comments that are like, well, you just copied so-and-so or whatever because it came out the day of or the day before.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know people listening to this know, but it's not, we don't see somebody else do it and then go, yes.
Knock it off
No,
real quick.
let's get this
Yeah,
out there.
uh-huh.
Like, they recorded weeks, sometimes months in advance. But anyway, I'm sure people listening to this know that that's how that works because this is a show for intellectuals.
Absolutely.
Who's your
'Cause,
spoon man?
Lindsay Ellis did an Aladdin video.
Oh, yeah, right,
quite
yeah.
recently, and we also did, and they came out the same day.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah, I definitely got comments like that. Yeah. Also, look, that's a great video, but a lot of the stuff was like, you copied this from Lindsay Ellis. First of all, no, I wouldn't do that because
First
I'm
of
not
all,
an idiot.
we're technically not proficient
Yeah.
enough to knock out a video in a day.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. And like all the information in that video is available online. Before we talked about it, I scrubbed through like hours of like Aladdin behind the scenes stuff, and you probably watched it and did some other stuff.
I watched Aladdin.
There
And I
you go.
looked at my phone, sure. We all multitasked on that great
There you
video,
go.
yes.
But Disney's an exciting time because they recently did have Aladdin, of course. I saw it again this week.
Did you?
It's a bloody delight. I took my kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What did he think?
He loved it. Yeah, he really liked it.
There you go.
I can't believe I like that movie as much as I do, but I think it's genuinely great. Yeah, I really do. And if you haven't seen it, you could.
Yeah.
But also, if you're not interested, see a different thing.
See whatever you want.
That's fine.
What
Lion
was
King.
his favourite character?
At the end, he liked the Lion King trailer. I'm like, what'd you think? He's like, Lion King. And I'm like, that was like 2 hours ago in the trailer before the movie
Oh, his
started.
favourite thing about Aladdin was the Lion King trailer.
It-
Oh, bless him.
No,
He's
likes,
a real contrarian.
He really is. No, he likes the animals. Whenever an animal
Yeah,
shows up,
right,
he's like,
uh-huh.
that's a camel. I'm like, I know it's a camel.
Did he like Iago, even though Iago sucks in this version?
Well, he did like Iago, and Claire liked Iago because Claire doesn't like CGI talking animals.
Yeah, right.
So she's like, it was closer to a real parrot. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll tell you that. And it was shockingly close to a real parrot when you think about it.
yeah, mhm.
Yeah. Even though I can threaten people and tell secrets.
Well, I mean, a lot of animals can threaten people, just not verbally.
That's a good point. But speaking of Lion King, we got some character posters.
We sure did.
And boy, do they look like a bunch of lions.
They do, it's true. And look, you can tell them apart.
But if you switch some of them, if you're like, this is Mufasa and this is Simba, I'll be like, yeah, maybe.
I guess, yeah. Uh-huh.
Scar I get because he's kind of a little bit more sinister. But
Yeah, right. Mhm.
I'm sure it'll be fine on the day or whatever. But
Right?
I think maybe we've been saying this since day one. You got to put some character into these lions. But
Yeah.
maybe it'll be fine.
Because they were all just sort of...
I doubted Aladdin, and it's
That's
delightful.
true, you did,
so,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and people have even pointed out on the internet that there are a lot of different species of lion and a lot of kind of unusual looking lions.
Yeah.
And why not make each of the characters a more unusual looking lion as
Agreed.
opposed to just kind of a dusty beige looking lion?
Yeah.
You know?
Give him a big old red mane like Simba had.
Yes.
That's right. Anyway, it's out in a month, 2 months, 10
Okay,
months.
cool, great, I
month,
love it.
10 months.
Oh, yeah, 10
2
months. Yeah,
month and a half.
100,000 years.
So we'll see. But
100,000 years ago, depending on when you're listening to this.
that's a good point. If you are listening to this, who's your spoon man in 100,000 years from now?
Yeah, right?
Who
Who
you
gets
listening
feed
to?
directly in your brain late at night, you know?
Or maybe maybe you're sitting around a barren wasteland at a campfire. It's just a guy yelling from a opposing village,
That's probably true, yeah. Yeah,
just clacking some bones together and
or,
yelling.
Or everyone's a spoon man, you know?
Oh, yeah, could
Because
be.
we've reached that point where everybody's broadcasting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe everybody's a spoon man.
Wow, that's really good, Mason.
It's just spoon men calling each other. Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what are
I'm,
you doing?
I'm running I'm being the spoon man.
Late night hits. Yes, please.
That's right.
Uh,
Let's play some Hall & Oates. I was just thinking about playing some Hall & Oates.
Onward. The Onward
Here's
trailer.
Maneater.
The Onward trailer.
Yes.
Uh,
Pixar's new thing.
Imagine Bright, but
Okay.
animated.
Better.
Maybe.
Well, we don't have. What is the plot of this?
It's let me break this down for you.
Okay.
Tom Holland.
Yes.
He's got a brother. It's Chris Pratt.
Ooh.
They're hot stars. They're hot Marvel stars.
That's true.
But one of them.
Yes.
There's a magic quest because it's in the universe where thousands of years prior there was magic. But what if that universe evolved into
A bit of a mundane
suburban
universe.
Suburban
Yeah, right,
universe.
right.
And the magic is gone, or is it?
I
Do they have
the-
wands?
I like the feral unicorns. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, sure. You just watched this trailer.
Yes.
And
Looked fun.
I thought it was okay. Also,
Okay, good.
that's
Do you
fine.
feel? See, that's the thing. Like, do you feel Pixar is losing some of its luster?
I think because a lot of the team have jumped over to the general Disney animation.
Oh, I
think
see.
so.
Right.
We've gotten some good stuff from both,
Yeah, right.
but I think they're more hit and miss than they used to be.
What do you think was the last one where you were like,
Inside
wow,
Out?
I was just going to say Inside Out.
Yeah, probably.
There was one where it's like, this is a high
Yeah.
concept, and they've really thought every element of it through,
Mm.
and it's kind of, wild and it's a full, complete
Yeah.
universe they've built. Whereas this one, it's kind of, and Incredibles 2 was a sequel, and
We're getting Toy
and
Story 4.
Toy Story 4 is a sequel.
They did
and
Cars 3.
Cars 3, and then this is kind of like elves and that, But I mean, we've been proven wrong a number of times.
Yeah,
by Pixar, so
yeah, exactly.
I didn't think I'd like Inside Out as an example, and
Yeah.
I did.
Apparently, they're leaning more towards. I like the message of Inside Out as well, but apparently they're leaning more away from sequels.
Yeah,
after
right,
like Toy
uh-huh.
Story 4,
Yeah.
for example. Yeah, so, but if you look at like the Disney animation, because I think maybe was Moana the last one? I don't know. But that was great, and Frozen was great. I know people like, yeah, Frozen sucks. But Frozen's good. And
It's
before
you
that,
that
there was
sucks.
Tangled. Yeah, that's right. And before that, it was probably Bolt, which was John Travolta was a stunt dog.
Oh yeah, right.
Which no good.
Okay.
So Tangled was really like a turning point. I
see,
feel.
okay,
Yeah, and
right.
Moana's great. If you haven't seen Moana.
Why is that just because Disney and Pixar are different companies? They're
Yeah, different divisions. yeah.
Divisions. So why do they compete? I wonder, or why?
I think it's just more stuff is out.
Okay, right.
Big Hero 6, that was quite good.
Yeah, right.
That was Zootopia was another one, which
Okay.
is Disney. Yeah. So they're not competing, they're just different brands, basically.
It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what people out there must know. Then what is there? Why does one appear on regular Disney and one does appear in one? Why was one Pixar?
Divisions, Mason.
Yeah, but why?
Because the Pixar people think of the Pixar movies and the other guys think
Oh
of the
yeah,
other
good
movies.
idea. Okay,
But yeah, so but some people are out, like John Lasseter's not with.
that's true.
He got the boot for being all handsy.
Yeah.
And then he moved to another production company. Then Emma Thompson quit. She was like, I don't want to work under this guy or whatever.
Good call.
Yeah, so, hey, that's the movies, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it sure is.
And the moral is don't get handsy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's
It's
pretty
the biggest moral of all.
self-explanatory, I guess.
Maybe Pixar should do a movie about it.
Don't get handsy?
Yeah.
Was it about a society of hands but one's a foot?
No, I think it's a society of feet and one person's a hand.
Yep.
And then they beat him up.
Kick him.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, I'd say that.
Actually, no, they punch him with their fists and they're like, hey, wait a minute. These are great.
They could call it throwing hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. You want some Spider-Man?
Or kick a man to death.
Spider-Man Far From Home 2,
I've
the
heard of it.
sequel
Yes.
to the Spider-Man movie that's coming out in July. Apparently, they're not going to introduce Deadpool. That is a lie that was perpetuated by the fake news movie media.
I've heard of the fake news.
Movie media.
Yes.
But they might introduce Venom. They might cram that character into the MCU.
Interesting. Tom Hardy, Venom specifically, I
I
wonder?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of that situation?
That is probably fine. But again, what's their rivalry, you know?
Well, I
Why do
guess...
they both have spider-esque powers?
Yeah.
But I feel we've talked about this before, but I feel like the whole genesis of Venom as the ultimate rival of Spider-Man, and who hates him the most more than
Yeah.
anybody. How are they going to do that? How are they
Yeah.
going to manufacture that?
They have to twist it up, change it
twist it
around
up a little bit.
I like wouldn't it? I think it would be more interesting if they did Peter Parker goes to space and gets the spacesuit and
Yeah,
whatever,
right.
and did
uh-huh.
it that way. But
yeah, yeah.
they obviously can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, could they? Because we've in this universe we've not seen we know Spider-Man's origin is very similar
Mm.
because we know, there's a reference to he's got regrets and blah blah blah, and you got to use your powers responsibly or whatever. So we know Uncle Ben was killed and blah
Yeah.
blah. Maybe tie it in somehow. Maybe give us the origin again. I mean, I don't want the origin again.
I don't want that either. Why would you even say that? Don't
I
even
don't
put
know.
that.
I've
don't put
jinxed
that
it,
in the
haven't I?
ether. What are you doing?
I've done it
with your
now.
life?
Oh, somebody's already started a petition to have me killed.
It was me. Just what you
Thanks.
said. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a flashback of Uncle Ben, or there's a
Yeah.
reveal of who he is at some point.
Yeah.
Mm.
But also you can't have because Venom's already been established. You can't have him be the criminal that killed Uncle Ben
No, yeah.
as revenge because he hates Peter Parker, and then Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man, and he becomes Venom, and then they hate one another. And
Do you reverse it where Peter Parker gets the Venom suit from Venom? Maybe.
oh,
Do you
he
go the opposite
temporarily.
way?
I guess
Yeah.
you could have him temporarily get it
Yeah.
to make the Venom suit
Yeah.
more Spider-Man-ish.
Yes. and then
that could totally work.
Then Venom
yeah.
gets it back and he's like, now I've got ultimate power. And then they have a big spindly spaghetti fight.
Yes.
Like Venom.
That's what we
like
want,
the
yeah,
movie Venom.
spindly spaghetti
You watch
fight.
Venom again since
No.
Venom came out?
No.
You haven't got it on repeat?
I haven't watched
on
Venom
your
again.
iPod Nano?
No.
Just the audio?
So, no. Oh, that's very
Think about it, Mason.
Very intriguing. Okay, very
Yeah.
tempting. All
You
right.
could listen to the Eminem song at the end.
Yeah.
Venom!
I haven't, and I shan't.
Agreed.
Because also the memorable scenes from that movie, specifically
Lobster
Tom Hardy jumping in a lobster tank, are probably just on YouTube. So,
Agreed. Mm-hmm. But you could watch that on your phone then. Just the audio.
oh yeah, no, not
Yeah.
bad. YouTube Red.
Red, that's right.
Yes.
Rambo got a new trailer, Rambo Last Blood.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember the First Blood, Rambo First Blood was
Oh,
called
yeah.
First Blood, or was it just called Rambo? They've changed it around. I can't remember. Also, I've never seen it. I've only seen 4. Which Rambos have you seen?
I think I've seen 2, 3, and 4.
You haven't seen Rambo chased by police in the woods?
No.
And he's small, like he's a little guy.
I've seen stills of that. where
'Cause they
he's-
make him-
He's definitely not the biggest man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now he's the biggest man in the world.
That's right.
Yeah, so...
This looks very Home Alone, but it's Rambo.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like those generic old man revenge films that we've been getting
Yeah.
1,000 of. Every action star or former action star gets one.
Yeah.
Where they're like, well, you thought I didn't have it, but I'm going to shoot some
I
drug
think Stallone's
dealers.
had several though.
Yeah. But what's missing? What's missing from this though? They got the knife.
Yeah.
It's not in the jungle. I'm okay with that because we saw him go home in Rambo 4. What's missing? You tell me.
Big knife, bow and arrow. We got that. Big machine gun.
I think we'll get that. But what's missing? Think about it.
That Rambo would normally have.
Yes.
Headband
No. Or maybe. But think. You're close.
to a headband. Mullet.
Exactly. Wow. Where's his mullet? What are we doing? Because it looks
yeah.
more generic Stallone.
That's what I'm talking. That's why I'm always on about Bruce Willis, generic John McClane.
John McClane.
Give him
That's
the
right.
widow's peak back.
I think those things are synonymous with each other.
Yeah.
Headband,
right.
though, you could put the headband on. I guess I'd go, okay, I accept that.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah. Are you proposing a team up movie, John McClane's Widow's Peak and Rambo's mullet teaming up?
I am proposing that.
Yeah,
I didn't
some
think
sort of-
I was.
They're Pixar if you're listening, you
Yeah.
know, but tie those together.
Or,
Literally.
yeah, that's right.
They're escaping from the barber shop and they've been swept up. It's called Swept Up. And they get swept up and put in a bin.
Yep.
But then crime happens. They have to escape the
Yeah.
bin.
And they don't want to work together.
No.
They're a bit past the,
Yeah.
crime.
Well,
Because they're not on a human
one's
head.
constantly worried.
Yes.
And one's an action party man.
Yeah.
And they don't want to work together, but they got to.
And also Pixar, if you're not interested.
You know who they're fighting?
Who?
The stubble on Lex Luthor's head. It's been shaved off.
Just
the
combining
sides,
universes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Pixar have to pick it up because the other Disney division will hear this and take it first.
They'll immediately take it.
So
yeah. All
you
the
gotta,
talent's going to Disney.
who's gonna
so-
do it? Yeah, but did this trailer?
And also Disney own Fox. So they own
yeah.
they own John
They own
McClane's
John
Widow's
McClane.
Peak. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Anyway, this looks fine, I guess.
Yeah, I liked 4 at the time.
Yeah, right.
It was pretty gory. I'm assuming this one is. But yeah, to me, like I watch this and I think Rocky's gone mad because he doesn't have a mullet.
That's true, yeah.
And
He
Rocky's
looks-
never had a mullet.
No.
We know that.
He looks like the most exactly. He looks
Looks like bullet to the head or whatever. Or the Expendables, I guess, the one where he didn't have the weird little goatee.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, what else happened in this trailer? Is he fighting MS-13, the world's most dangerous gang? Is that what it is?
Maybe, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's in a cave.
Is it a metaphor for immigrants? Like, I feel like this is is this a movie where he's taken a turn and he's like,
Not a my. I don't think so because Rambo's not racist.
yeah,
And I don't think Stallone is, as far as
Yeah,
I can
right,
tell.
uh-huh, yeah.
So I think this would be, if it is that, I just think that would just be a byproduct of him choosing this particular villain.
Yeah, right.
But then again, maybe it is. Maybe it just is about.
yeah, right.
Yeah, because Stallone's not one of those lunatics on, he's not like a Gary Busey or. Is Gary Busey? I don't know what Gary Busey's like.
Let's not defame anyone.
You're right.
Yeah.
John Voight.
John Voight, there we go. He said some stuff, hasn't he, recently? Yeah.
But I don't think Stallone's like
Okay,
that.
right.
yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like this is they've threatened his town and they've
You can't threaten a man's town.
threatened a man's town. He just
Yeah.
wants to live out the rest of his days.
Maybe they pin him down a machete off his mullet and he's like, that's the last
Yeah.
straw. Now I'm going to draw last blood.
Yeah.
And they're like, good title. Because it ties back to some earlier adventures
Yeah. mhm.
that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that? He's like, yeah.
Of course I do. He
Of course I
says.
do, yeah.
Do you think
I
they
remember all my adventures.
Do you think they're going to lean into the PTSD part of it? Because he got a bit of closure. But I think
Yeah.
being Rambo, what's the good parts of Rambo kind of tie into.
Statistically speaking, he's killed a lot more dudes than a regular soldier. I
Yeah.
think.
I think he killed the most in 4, though.
Yeah. mhm.
Because he got on the top of that truck
yeah.
and maybe 3 where
He kills a lot of people in
yeah
3.
with Al Qaeda.
Yeah, with Al Qaeda, yeah. That's true.
See, he just did it by accident. He didn't mean to do it.
No,
Stallone. I don't think
that's true.
Stallone intended that.
To team up with
How would he
Osama
know?
bin Laden. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Well, they were freedom fighters back then.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. Or one division of them. It's all splintered and whatever. I'm not exactly sure how it goes, but hey, that was the 80s, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
About Rambo.
I mean, we'll see it.
Yeah, we'll definitely see it.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to shoot a rocket at a helicopter?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Or he'll put a chain around it and he'll hook it and then it
And
can't
it'll
get
crash
away.
into a
and-
barn.
Yeah. And it'll be like, last blood.
Yeah. Or he'll chain it to something and then it can't get away and then it'll get a big knife on a stick. He'll poke
Through
all
the floor?
Yeah, through the floor. Or just the open door, he'll poke them all. Yeah,
The boss is always getting away in a helicopter and the boss is in a suit.
yeah right.
And he's got a special silver gun that he occasionally
Yeah, right.
uses.
Sure.
And you think he's going to get away, but Rambo's got a knife on his stick.
Rambo's got a knife on a stick. I was trying to think of the word javelin. I'm like, knife on a stick, you know,
Knife
one
on
of
a stick
those.
is funnier.
Yeah. Why would Rambo have he's not an athlete. He wouldn't have a javelin.
course he
but
wouldn't have a
He
javelin.
would have a knife on a stick.
Yeah.
He might even fashion a knife on a stick. Like there'll be an earlier scene where he's just on his front porch, like whittling a long stick.
Yeah.
And then a neighbor will come by and be like, Rambo, why are you always whittling those long sticks? And he's just like, helps keep me calm, these
Yeah,
long sticks.
exactly.
And then later he'll tape a knife to a stick and he'll stab some people in a helicopter.
Because he knew war was coming.
That's right,
Because
yeah.
war's always coming for him.
That's right.
He remembers his adventures.
Yeah.
Anyway, good on him. This is probably the last one. Unless they do Son of Rambo,
Well, I thought Creed was going to be the last Rambo
Yeah.
movie, but then they created it
the
again.
last Rambo movie.
No, the last
You
Rocky
misspoke,
movie, whatever.
Mason, you
I did.
fool.
Oh, I'm such a fool.
Yeah. You are. Let's jump over to some comic book movie news, though.
We've also reached the era where there'd never be a Rambo v Rocky movie. You know what I mean?
Do you think there was a
I
time,
think
like
there
the
was a
late
time.
80s?
I reckon the late 80s there would have, like, if he was short on cash and they
Yeah.
were like, listen,
How would they have done it in the 80s, though?
they did Double Impact.
That was the 90s.
yeah.
And even then... And what are they fighting about? I don't... Yeah, I think it's more likely in the 90s.
As if they couldn't find a reason to fight.
Yeah, you're right, of course. But I think... Also, one's a killer and one's a boxer. They're not the same. But that's the point, isn't it, I guess?
right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Rambo and Rocky then,
Yeah.
you know?
I think if you caught him in the 90s, when you're at kind of a low point, around Driven, maybe?
Yeah, right.
Or was that the early 2000s or whatever? Like, you get him then,
Yeah.
he might do it. Like, if
Yeah.
the studio came to
But
him.
right now, because we're at the point where Rocky and Rambo are both they've come out of ridiculous, out of the other side, and
Yeah.
now they're kind of more realistic.
Yeah.
Like if Rambo 4 had come out, like if they'd immediately done Rambo 4 straight after Rambo 3, that scene at the end of Rambo 4 where he's like machine gunning people on the top of the truck, that'd be him doing it individually.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right? He'd
yeah.
be running around just
Yeah.
with his little M16 or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Or a bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah,
Or-
we're going
or-
to get the bow
or a
and
knife
arrow.
on a stick.
Knife on a stick.
on a
Very
stick.
good.
Yeah.
Comic book news. Joel Kinnaman.
They'd be like, get out of his way. He's got it up and they're running around inside the helicopter, in the little cabin of the helicopter.
There's no finesse to it as well. It's just jabbing.
It's exactly. Yeah. And the wind's taking the helicopter a bit and it's swaying about. But at the same time, the stick's a bit wobbly.
Yeah, that's right.
Because there's wind and also he's old.
And he's practiced,
Yeah.
though, so he's probably doing okay. Joel Kinnaman will return as Rick Flag for the Suicide Squad. That's not a reboot.
Cool.
So everyone's back, it would seem. Idris Elba was also apparently going to be Bronze Tiger,
Okay.
who was Michael J. White, I believe, in Arrow.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Idris Elba not known for his martial arts.
That's true. Michael J. White, known for all the martial arts.
That's right.
so-
But Idris Elba's fighting The Rock in an upcoming movie.
that's true.
Yeah. So that's fine. You can make anybody do anything for money.
That's the Hollywood motto. You can make anyone do anything. ... for money.
For money. That's right. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, they need they need some star power, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Nothing else from me on that
There
one.
you go.
Yeah.
Michael J. White famously Spawn. Spawn's in the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Combat
yeah,
pack.
that's right,
He's
yeah.
the new
And they
downloadable
got
character.
the actor who played Shang Tsung, I believe.
Oh, did they?
From Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, he's the original Shang Tsung. He's
Yeah,
back.
he's back.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there you go.
Cool.
But do you think they'd ever do an old man like reteam? They get John McClane, they get Rambo, they get the dude from Commando, Jeffrey Commando.
John Matrix.
I don't give a fuck, Mason.
No. Normally I would say I agree, but Schwarzenegger's name in that movie is John Matrix, and it's never explained why a man would have a surname that no one would ever have
Yeah, he changed it for
for Hollywood purposes.
Hollywood
yeah.
purposes, right?
He changed it.
Hollywood can make anybody do anything for
Yeah.
money.
He changed it to stay undercover.
Yes.
He'd retired from the Commando game, and they're like,
But you'd look at him,
Yes.
and you'd look at that name and go, huh,
yeah.
something's not right
This
there.
is suspicious for a reason I cannot quite articulate currently, but it is very suspicious.
But if you did him and maybe you got one of Kurt Russell's characters, probably Big Trouble, I guess, would
Yeah,
probably
right,
be the
uh-huh.
one you get. And throw in a Marty McFly, because why not?
Well, how are you going to get them all together?
How are you gonna get 'em all
except for,
together?
do you think they'd all fit in the DeLorean?
No.
I don't think that would ever.
But
'cause
they'd all be arguing about who could drive.
I feel the Expendables was the
Yes.
experiment to see that if
Agreed.
that sort of thing would work.
But maybe that's why it didn't really work. Because people don't want to
Yeah.
see those actors, they want to see the characters.
I want to see the characters they play.
But I know they're
yeah.
all owned by different people or whatever, so it's probably not a
Yeah.
viable thing. Also, do I really want to see it? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Do I want to see
feel like
Jeffrey
that-
Commando?
No, I think it would definitely happen. It could happen in comic book form at some point. Yeah, I mean, we've had Big Trouble in Little China Meets Escape from New York.
Of course.
So
Oh yeah, you do Pliskin, wouldn't you? Probably that would be the one you do. But again, it's the future. But you got the DeLorean.
you got the DeLorean.
Don't even worry
exactly,
about it.
yeah.
We've thought of everything.
We're veering dangerously close to my least favorite thing, which is weird mashups on t-shirts.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Culture mashups, and just I feel being confronted by one of those in real life would be too much for me.
You're probably not wrong. I got a trailer for The Kitchen, which is a Vertigo property.
I've not seen or heard of this ever.
Me neither. It's from 2015. I looked it up. Trailer looks good though.
Yeah. Mhm.
Melissa McCarthy.
Elizabeth Moss.
Others. Yes, thank you.
Scientology's own.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
And Boo.
Yes. And Tiffany Haddish.
Yes. Not Scientology.
No Scientology affiliation as far as I know.
Yes. And that's good.
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish is all about making as much money in movies as possible at the moment. She's like, look, I know I've got a window here, so I'm just going to
she said
I'm just
this.
going to do everything.
Right. Or is this an assumption you've made?
No, she said that. And I
Yeah,
think
great.
good. Also, she's
Yeah.
done good stuff like as well. And
that's
this
true,
also
yeah.
looks really good.
And again, in Hollywood, how do you know if anything's good or not? It's hard to tell.
Don't know.
I feel.
But this looks pretty
Yeah.
tight, Mason, in a cool way. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Can there be in a bad way? Oh, yeah, if you're tight with money. It doesn't look tight with money.
No. No, it looks good with
Yeah,
money.
with money. And people also generally seem to be receiving it well, which is also good.
Money. I always receive it well.
Yes. Have you ever not?
No.
What if it's less money than you anticipated?
I'll smile,
Yeah.
but with that gritted teeth.
Thanks, Gran.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I hear ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. When do you stop getting money from like relatives? What age do you
When they
think?
die.
Really? So you got them up, you got like right up to,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think, because my grandparents are all dead now, which is good for me, obviously.
What?
No, it's not really. I don't believe that. One died in like 1982
Yeah,
before I
right.
was born.
Uh-huh.
One died in the 90s. The others died at different times also.
All right. Who's your spoon man? People out there.
Sure.
When did your grandparents stop giving you money? Or is it one of those situations where, like, when they were a kid, when you were like 10, they gave you $10.
Yeah.
And it's been $10.
been $10.
And
Is
you're
that what happened to
35
you?
now, and
Yeah.
it's still $10.
So what happened to you?
No.
No, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Interesting.
Yeah.
Who's your spoon man? That's got to be the hashtag.
Yeah. Who's your spoon man?
Yeah. Anyway, The Kitchen looks good. We'll see it, and then we'll know what it's like. I like also this. I think it's good. This is what we probably both wanted take smaller, weirder comics. Not even
Yeah, for
weirder,
sure.
just different stories.
Yeah, right,
Because then
uh-huh.
people also get a different idea of what comic book movies are. So they're not
That's
just
true,
tied
yeah.
into the
Mhm.
Avengers. So
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think this is really good, especially if it's good.
Is it based on real life events, I wonder?
That's a good question.
I'm going to look it up.
That's a question for another day.
Oh, what
no,
about
you can- no,
today?
look it up. That's
okay,
fine.
good.
Yeah. I might read this though. I might add it to my
Oh, yeah.
list of things to watch and read and do and say.
You have a list of things to say?
Yeah. It's mostly insults.
I bet.
People I don't like.
The Kitchen, American cooking show. Looking for recipes and meal tips from an all-star lineup of Food Network hosts? Then The Kitchen is for you.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Sonny Anderson's on there.
Who's that?
Don't know. Season 21, Episode 6, Dishes for Dad. That's you.
I do a lot of
Season
dishes.
21, Episode 4, Picnic Perfect.
Hmm.
It's probably a different thing, actually.
Do you think?
Yeah. Kitchen 2019 film. Here we go.
It's out in August as well. It's really close.
There you go.
It just says based on the Vertigo comic.
Cool. Common's in it. Surprise Common. Should I have left that?
You shouldn't have told us that.
Yeah, you
Maybe
really
he's in the
shouldn't
trailer
have.
and I didn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The person who actually directed this, Andrea Berloff, she
I feel this counts as a surprise Common appearance.
definitely.
Yeah, I
So
think it's
there you
okay.
go.
It's all right. As long as he surprises you with,
Yeah.
oh, he's in this. I think it's okay.
She's She wrote Straight Outta Compton and Bloodfather, Sleepless, which I don't know, but this is her first writer and director gig, so that's really good.
Cool, I like it.
Common's in Terminator Salvation and the game, but in the game he plays a different character, I believe, from the movie. That might not be true.
Huh.
It's a terrible game.
Oh, the game. Right.
game.
The game.
Yeah.
He's in the game.
Yeah, he's in the game, the book.
What?
Yeah. Do you need help picking up women?
Every.
Do you need help picking up
no,
women? Yes or
no?
no?
No, never.
Then the game's for you, Mason.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
I like to think that the game is in the book. Like at the end of every chapter, it's just a quote from him, and it's like, "This is bad advice. Don't do this.
Do it. Well,
Why do you keep quoting me?"
the guy who wrote the game
Yes.
has come out against the game. He's anti the game. He's like, this will make you miserable.
Oh, is that Roosh? Is his name or something?
Maybe.
Because there's a guy called, I think his name's Roosh.
Oh, he's one of those pickup artists.
Pickup artist, and
Yeah.
he became a Christian recently.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, don't have sex before marriage.
Thanks, Roosh.
Yeah.
Also, you've never known what you're doing.
Yeah,
So-
right.
So maybe nobody
Why would
listened.
anyone take your advice now? Now that it's different but also boring now, why would anyone do it? Have we talked
Also,
about this?
people should do what they want.
Yeah, right.
Before, after,
Yeah.
during, whatever.
What people?
Whatever makes you happy.
I'm sure we may have talked about this in real life or on the podcast, but the
Just be safe.
Yeah, the game.
Make good choices.
Apparently, that book is really well written. Like not the rules for the
Yeah,
whatever,
right.
but like the story around. Like he went into the the world of pickup artists.
Yeah.
because he's like a Rolling Stone writer or whatever, and he
Yeah,
went
right.
in and he's like, and it turned out because he knows all these famous people, and he's like, in the world of rock and roll, he became like a rock star in this world.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's a really interesting read, but I can't get it.
I could never-
because
I would
could never
watch-
buy it.
I would watch like a Social Network version of that
Yeah,
story.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
As long as they make fun of him a lot.
Neil Strauss is his name. Yeah.
Okay.
but I couldn't buy it in a shop.
No,
I'd feel
absolutely
bad.
not.
I'd feel bad about buying it on Kindle. 'cause
If you
it'd be
bought on
like,
Kindle,
if you like the game,
get
you
the-
like
the
this, and I'd be like,
recommendations.
no.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so anyway, there you go. Anyway, is it based on anything?
Doesn't seem to
we
be,
never
no.
found out.
No, we never know, and we
Yeah.
never will. It's based on Common's life story. Good lord.
Common. Surprise Common appearance.
Yeah. Huh?
Tom King will co-write The New Gods
Oh,
with
Tom
Ava
King.
DuVernay.
So
is
Tom
directing.
King. As I think we've discussed recently, he wrote a very well-regarded version of The Vision and Mr. Miracle.
That's right.
And a less well-regarded
Some
Batman
of Batman.
Some of
some
Batman.
people like it. Some
a lot of people liked it initially, I think, and then dropped off a little.
That's probably where I was at.
Yeah, right. So,
But I like a lot of his stuff.
yeah. And people are like, well, all the new gods are going to be depressed. And I'm like, well, probably not. But
Good.
I mean, I enjoy the fact, like, he really had a handle on, I think, the kind of the Jack Kirby fourth world, weird parallel realm situation. So I think that's fun.
And as someone who knows very little about any of that stuff,
Yeah, right.
I don't want any of that.
Okay, right.
I want interesting characters.
Sure, right.
And
okay.
it's set in that universe.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like I'm reading, I'm like, I know roughly who that is, or I don't know who that is at all, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
matter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I guess also this is going to be interesting because this will probably go up against like the Eternals. That'll be the comparison.
That's true,
I'd
yeah.
imagine. But I think this is the one I'm kind of more interested in seeing.
I think if they go with what is apparently the DC strategy now, which is like don't don't connect it too heavily with the existing
Yeah.
DC universe. If they're like, you know what, this is a whole new world.
Don't
you know,
you dare close your eyes.
If they just say, okay,
Oh, it's Darkseid. Start running.
if they just go, okay, here's a whole different dimension. Everything about this is new. We're not going to connect it to that weird scene in the past with the Green Lanterns and
Yeah.
Zeus or whatever. We're not going to connect it to the what's his name again? Mr. Motherbox. What was his name?
Jeffrey Motherbox.
No, oh yeah, Jeffrey Motherbox.
John Matrix.
No, yes.
Cyborg?
No, the other big guy that everybody hated. Horns.
Oh,
The dumbass.
yeah.
Steppenwolf.
Yes, thank you.
There we go.
God.
Yeah, right? Just
My
thinking about
brain just shut down when you brought
yeah,
that up.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favourite movies.
I know, right? But I think, yeah, like, and I think maybe Tom King is there to kind of like connect the wild concepts to the real world.
Yes.
Because I think that was a good. What I like about the Mr. Miracle run that he did is it's not 100% true to like the Mr. Miracle character we've seen prior to this, but it kind of
I don't care.
Yeah, well, exactly, but I think it kind of I think it meshed really well, this idea of these people that are superheroes and like super soldiers in this war of gods, but they also
Yeah,
have
right.
lives on Earth, and they prefer the lives on Earth.
Yes.
But they've also got this weird job to do,
And
they
they've
have
all
to
got
keep
weird
going back.
relatives they got to
Yeah, right. I thought
hang
that was
out with.
kind of fun.
And there's
yeah.
always a trial against them or something
yeah.
or whatever.
I'll
Yeah.
be interested to know how that operates in the
Yes.
cinematic universe. Is that how they're going to do it? Is it going to be like, is it going to be like a rom-com, but also
Yeah,
they're
I'll take
fighting
that.
gods? That would be fun.
I would also like to see it culminate in a Darkseid confrontation, which the comic does.
Yes,
And it's spectacular. And also, they didn't use Darkseid, so they can do that.
that's true.
Because they
yeah.
never got there.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. It's an ad time. And did you know that the average guy will spend 3,000 hours of his lifetime
Or her lifetime.
shaving? Mm-hmm. Would you say that's true?
Did you say 3,000 hours?
Yeah, and you've done no research. I've just dropped this number on you. It's from an ad copy.
Oh, okay.
Where do you stand?
3,000 hours. I'm
Yeah.
trying to factor in how long I would spend a week shaving.
1,000 hours?
1,000 hours. So yeah, it's at least that.
Sure.
Good Lord, I'm wasting my life.
You certainly are.
Especially if it's a bad razor, no wonder. Because I spend
Terrible.
1,000 hours, I don't get anywhere. I've still got this beard.
Great. The thing is, you don't have to waste 4 months of your life overpaying for poor performing razors. Get Harry's, a razor that's so sharp you can shave less often and it will save you money because it's just $2 per blade. And I can certainly vouch for that, Mason, because they are cheap razors and they certainly do last a very long time.
All those things are true.
I agree with
They're
you.
good razors.
Yes, you can use them to shave, and at the end of it, you're like,
You can take them to your grave.
What?
I thought we were rhyming.
No.
Okay.
Why did you think that?
I don't know.
It's because I held up the sign that said rhyme.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
that's unrelated.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, these guys have been a sponsor of ours for a while.
Yeah. And I haven't bought another razor. Like I haven't bought a competing razor since.
No,
Because I love them so much.
I had to because I ran out of razors.
ran out
I
of
talked about this, but it
razors.
really threw me.
Yeah, right?
And I hate it, and it doesn't really
They're
work.
no good
Yeah.
anymore. I can't go back to a
That's
regular
right.
razor.
Yeah, we actually have a special offer.
How do they know? How do they get the technology
Well,
right?
Mason, they've got 99 years.
Yes.
I'll get to that though.
No, thank you.
In a
Good.
minute.
We've
We've actually
I'm trying to pick holes in your...
sure. In
your
the ad
premise.
copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually join the 10 million people who have tried Harry's. You can claim your special offer by going to harrys.com/.
That's like
weekly
30 billion
planet.
hours.
I mean, you gotta see this bit,
Oh, right.
and then you talk.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
She'd hold up a sign so I know.
You can claim your special offer by going to harrys.com/weeklyplanet.
No, I don't want to say it anymore. It's taking the magic out of it if I have to. If I can't interrupt, what's even the point, you know?
You can interrupt at any other point except the bit where I'm paid to say that exact URL.
Well, the thrill's gone, isn't it? That's the whole premise. That's why I enjoy this podcast so much, because I get to interrupt all the time.
Why try Harry's though? Because the founders, I'll tell you why, because we're bloody two regular guys and they're getting tired of being ripped off and paying for overpriced gimmicks, but vibrating heads, flex balls, handles that look like a prop in a sci-fi movie. These are just some of the tactics that some other brands use to overcharge. But Harry's, what they do, they make quality, durable blades at a fair price. As I said, $2 a blade, and to keep prices low, they cut out the middleman. That's right.
See, we were also a couple of guys sick of shaving with bad razor blades.
Yes.
We could have been these guys, you know?
We didn't get on. We
didn't get on board, yeah.
We went to this mugs game, podcasting
That's right,
instead. Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
They actually bought a world-class factory in Germany that's been making some of the best razors in the world for 99 years.
See, we wouldn't have done that.
Nah,
we
definitely
would have,
not.
We would have tried to make our own razors from scratch.
No.
Wouldn't have worked well.
And
We
now
would have
they,
been selling sharp rocks.
Yeah,
Like tape
not
to
even
toilet
sharp.
plungers.
now they can provide great quality at a factory prices with 100% guaranteed. And if you don't love the shave, let them know and they'll give you a full refund.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a trial set that comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. That's a weighted ergonomic handle with an easy grip, 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade for a close shave, rich lathering shave gel that will leave you smelling great. That's true.
Yum,
and a
yum.
travel blade cover that will keep your razor dry and easy on the go, which is more handy than you'd think.
Mm.
Yeah. Actually, listeners to the show can redeem their trial set at harrys.com/weeklyplanet. Make sure you go to harrys.com/weeklyplanet to redeem your offer and let them know that we sent you to help support this show.
Redeem that offer. It's bloody worth it, I
right,
reckon.
yeah.
It's
You're
not.
gonna-
It's not again. We're not just doing it because they're paying us. We're bloody. I read.
Yeah.
People need to get out there and get these razors.
Get a
They're
razor if you need a razor.
good. Save yourself 3,000 hours.
That's right. And dollars. In the long term, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. On with the show?
Yes.
All right, Mason.
Yes. Hello.
Oh, there's a movie out this week,
Yes.
earlier last week. Did you see it? It's called Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Saw it like an hour ago. Yeah.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was recent.
Very recent. This is fresh.
Not for me. I saw it earlier in the week.
So less fresh.
Yeah. I saw it in the cinema. It was just all dudes about my age.
Oh yes.
Everyone was sitting alone. It was great. No, there was a guy
Oh, no.
next to me,
Uh-oh.
a few seats down. He had a light up watch, like a digital watch. You know what I mean?
Like an iPhone.
Yeah,
watch?
one of those, but
An
it was a
Apple
round
Watch.
one. It was a round one.
Oh.
And every time he lifted his arm
Probably
up,
Samsung Gear.
Yeah, probably. Every time he lifted his arm up, it went on,
Right.
in my direct line of sight. So I moved behind him, and then he just started looking at his phone, eye level.
Incredible.
And it's really and I would never, but I just want to slap him in the back of his fucking head. Just, what are you doing? What are you even doing? At least have it down low.
Yeah. Right.
What a moron.
I feel like something's happened and people don't care anymore.
Absolutely.
Not this one, but the last couple of movies I've seen. Did we talk about this? That I've just seen just couples on their phones.
Yeah.
It's groups of couples just.
Yeah. Sexting. What's going on?
Are they texting each other or
No.
are they what's happening?
They're having affairs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where they go to.
So we're in the cinema.
Yeah,
okay, right.
definitely, yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. Oh, but I think also it would probably always happen if smartphones existed 30 years ago, 50
Yeah,
years
right,
ago. I think
right,
this
right.
would just be a thing.
Uh-huh.
I think people, if they could, read newspapers in there
Yeah,
50
right.
years ago if it wasn't dark.
Oh, that's the thing. Maybe we could bring that back. Remember those clip-on book lights?
Oh,
you
so
slide
good.
it down like a bookmark, and then you turn on a little. It's like a full-size
I
lamp.
think I've got one of those
Yeah.
somewhere.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's bring that back. Next time I see somebody texting in the cinema, I'm just going to whip out the newspaper, put on the book lamp, put on my headlamp as well. Oh, but extra dark in here. Click.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Could see well. Anyway, this movie is opening lower than expected. It was supposed to hit 65 million in the US. It's going to hit about 51. But that being said, Kong opened lower than Godzilla 2014 and had legs, and it ended up doing quite well over time,
right,
especially
right.
international. So, and this is getting some pretty good user review, user scores, general public scores
yeah, right.
and reactions. Aside from critics, what did you think the story was? I guess
Godzilla's back, and he's hopping mad.
other monsters also.
They're also hopping mad. They're
Yeah.
even more hopping mad than Godzilla. If anything, Godzilla, he's done being hopping mad.
Yeah.
And he's kind of taken a little break. But then all these other monsters come out and they're hopping mad.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I better.
And which ones?
Now I'm hopping mad because
which
they're
ones
hopping
are
mad.
against him? Which ones aren't?
That's right.
Most don't like him.
Yep, that's correct. Yes.
This one that's like a gorilla with tusks, I guess. Also,
Oh yeah, Tusky McGilla.
Tusky McGilla.
Yeah.
How'd he get there? Who knows?
Who knows?
I didn't
Does he
like.
swim with the tusks?
He must.
You didn't like this movie?
Didn't like it.
Interesting.
I
I
thought
kinda
it was
did.
quite dull. For a lot of it.
There is some dullness.
There's a lot of and darkness.
There is dullness and darkness. I quite enjoy. You know what I enjoyed? I enjoyed that it's put its toe into a bit more weirdness. Like there's
Yeah.
the last one was kind of like, what if the real world but Godzilla? And in this one they're like, what if Monarch the
Are they broke or not? Are they not broke? They kept being like, we're running out of funding every movie. We don't have enough funding.
Yeah.
You've got like 1,000 boardrooms all around the world. You've got a plane.
They got a flying wing. They got like a helicarrier
It's
of their own. now.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
How big is that plane?
Well, they blew all the money on the plane.
No, because they've got stations all over the world. They've just got walls of ice keeping monsters in there or
Right.
whatever, scaffolding,
They didn't have to
and
pay for
control
the ice.
rooms.
They didn't have to go to 7-Eleven.
They would have had to chip away the wall of ice to make it
Right.
smooth. You telling me they got there and that wall of ice was smooth?
I'm saying they're poor now. They've run out of money.
Okay.
They're like, well, now we've done all this stuff. Now we're broke. We better have a bikini car wash.
Do you think they would be broke off the back of 2014's Godzilla?
Did they have to
5
pay for all the
years?
the cities that were destroyed?
I think they just left them.
Yeah, that's it. Well, so that's also interesting that in this, it seems to suggest that all the cities that were destroyed in the previous Godzilla, they haven't rebuilt them. They've just like radioactive vegetation has grown over them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway, they've got a big what I enjoyed about this is they were like, okay, there's a big flying wing and there's a whole bunch of just monsters. Where are they from? Who knows? And they're just gonna fight each other.
Yeah.
But all right, you're right. There is some dullness in between.
I would say there's even some dullness in a lot of the fights.
Uh-huh.
Some a lot of the monster reveals are good,
Yeah, right. Mhm.
and I like seeing the monsters. There's a lot of cutting away to humans that are less interesting than the ones in Godzilla 2014, which is quite
quite a
spectacular.
yeah,
But
a feat.
That being said, like there were less characters in 2014, which I think worked. Like I watched that maybe 6 months ago, and I like it. I like that movie a lot, and I think it culminates to a really good ending. And I don't think you could have done that again to hold Godzilla off till the end. That would be a
Yeah,
huge
right,
mistake.
sure.
But I think the stuff they did with Godzilla in that movie and in the battles is better than everything in this movie, pretty much,
Give me an
in terms
example.
of battles. When he tears that head off and he
Sure, right, uh-huh.
breaths down its bloody
Yeah,
thing and whatever.
Yeah, but he can't do that every time.
No, well, he does a different
that
thing,
signature
doesn't he?
move would be a little bit boring. Yeah.
The introduction of Rodan, I thought
Yes.
was quite good. I
sure.
thought that was a good reveal.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do spoilers later. There'll be some spoilers, I guess, like minor ones, but it's monsters fighting. You get it.
Well, exactly. There's nothing really. Godzilla's gonna win.
Yes.
You know, I don't think that's a
Or-
spoiler. Yes.
I mean, it does.
Yeah, no, that's
Shit.
true.
They say it's himself in the credits.
They do, it's true.
So there you go, it's definitive. That being said, I'm still going to keep baiting people with that forever.
By saying Godzilla's a girl.
Yeah. It could be a girl.
Could be a girl.
Yeah.
You know, an Italian girl. Definitely a girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think they did some interesting stuff with the, like there's King Ghidorah, which is a good nemesis because it's got different powers and abilities. And
Yeah,
it's got,
right.
I like it when it's like three heads can do different things and they've got different, like that's not the one brain. You know,
It's
they-
interesting. I was curious throughout this whole movie of like, one, how does King Ghidorah operate? And also, is he smart? Or is he just a dumb
Maybe
animal?
one of them is, the one in the middle.
Yeah,
the
maybe the one in
head
the
is
middle
maybe.
smart. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't get a sense of that. I got the sense that they're all... Again, at one point they're called Larry, Moe, and Curly, and I'm like, they are kind of Three Stooges-ish.
Yeah,
You know?
they can just shoot lightning that'll
Yeah, right?
make you disintegrate.
Exactly. That's what the Three Stooges would have been like if they could shoot lightning out of their faces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Annoying.
Annoying.
More annoying.
Yeah. But then you got some other,
Who do you prefer, the Stooges or the Marx Brothers?
don't know either very
Okay,
well.
then. All right.
So
You got to
none.
pick one.
No.
Okay. Wow.
What do you think of that?
Wow.
I guess I've
you
heard-
flummoxed me.
Well, isn't like Stooges are probably more well known,
Yeah.
but the Marx Brothers are probably. Is it a better class of comedy?
I
Is
think
that
it's a
what
better
people are
class
saying?
of comedy, yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, precisely. You
Having
get
seen
it.
nothing,
But you get it.
don't.
I mean, Groucho has that cigar, so, you know.
Yeah, you know what he's
that's
up
classy,
to.
yeah.
So no, I didn't.
The
think...
Stooges just pick up old cigarettes off the ground.
Well, that was the era of that,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. So, what did you like about this, Elsa? Did you like any of the human character stuff?
Not especially. There's some character turns that were...
In the trailers?
Were they?
Yeah, one of them in particular.
Oh, was it?
Talk about
Okay.
in spoilers.
Okay, right. Were they...
Like, there's a family dynamic, but
Yeah. Did you like the guy from The West Wing?
nah. Oh, yeah, he's good. I like
Yeah,
him.
he's good, isn't
Yeah, I
he?
like everybody in this,
Yeah.
but like Thomas Middleditch, who I like a lot.
Yes.
He's a great comedic actor and a great improver.
Yeah.
The one kind of joke of him is like someone says the name of Ghidorah and he goes gonorrhea.
Oh yeah.
What is
right.
that?
Who's Thomas? So he's the guy. He's like one of the tech analysts kind of character.
Yeah,
Like he's
in Silicon
he's
Valley.
a real pencil
But
pusher.
he's done.
Okay, right.
He's got. Have you ever seen like Jake and Amir from College Humor? He does a
yeah.
character called Doobs,
Okay.
He's very funny. If you just watch those episodes.
So you would have preferred this movie if Doobs were in it.
100%.
Does Doobs have a catchphrase that he could use in this movie?
Something about Amir's spindly little legs or his dad's spindly legs.
Oh,
It doesn't
he could have
matter.
been. Yeah, he could have been like, look at this. What if? Would this movie have improved if one of the monsters had come, like one of the spider monsters or something had come in? He'd be like, look at this dude's spindly little legs.
Yes.
Would you have stood up and clapped?
Yes, I would have been. That's
Yeah,
a dude's
okay.
reference. But they use him to stand in a room, like the various boardrooms that we're stuck in for
Yes.
and they're all different.
Yeah.
Like it opens with him in a boardroom and there's just a screen and he's just like, so there's a lot of monsters and if you look
I
at
feel
this,
like
if
that
you look
is
at this
fairly-
screen,
I haven't seen a lot of original Godzilla
Yeah,
movies.
it's all that,
But
yeah.
there's a lot of. I feel there's a lot of boardrooms and people because
Yes.
it's just a budgetary issue, I guess. But I mean, if they were just
it's not budgetary now
no,
though,
of
is
course
it?
not. But I mean, what would have improved this?
Look at Kong Skull Island, right? I watched that the other day. A lot of those characters are not great, don't get me
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
wrong. But then you get like John C. Reilly and they just go, just do whatever. And
Right.
it really, like, he's
Yeah.
the one character that really shines through and you
Yeah.
care about and he gets a great ending. But at the end of this, they're like, you got your family back or whatever. And I'm like, fuck him and fuck this. I don't care about any of these
because
people.
we have Carl Friday Nights Lights. Carl,
who I
Kyle
like as
Chandler
well, yeah.
is a family man.
Yeah.
But he's off being a nature photographer or whatever. He gets a very Nick Totopoulos from Godzilla 1998 introduction.
Great reference.
They just show up and they're
It's Tatopoulos.
at his job, and they're like, "We got something for you to do," and he's like, "Well, I want to photograph
You're scared away the wolves."
wolves." And anyway, he's been separated from his family.
Yeah.
and the wife is off doing
Building a
stuff with
sonar.
Monarch. Yeah, working on a Deus. No, she's working on a MacGuffin of sorts.
Yes.
which is sort of a box that it's like a homing beacon for big monsters.
Yeah, you can make it, you can say stuff to it. Think the box from Rampage. The movie
yeah.
Rampage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what you need, I guess, for this sort of movies. You can't if they're just smashing each other willy nilly.
Yeah.
I guess the humans feel kind of irrelevant.
Yes.
So you need a device that's like, well, we have some sway in this.
Yeah.
These monsters destroying the planet.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. But really, they don't really do much. And they reference Ken Watanabe. They're like, well, we know we should do what he says. Let them fight. But again, you're not letting them fight. They're just going to fight.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't.
true.
You don't have to. I mean, I guess you got a box that leads them around or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
they're like, as he always says or whatever.
Right.
He always says that, does he? He said it one time to one person.
Yeah, but there's been 5 years, so maybe every time
Nothing
he's like,
happened.
"Let
Godzilla
'em fight."
disappeared.
Maybe he just does it at work.
Oh.
Maybe this is workplace.
Someone's like, so he took my staple off my desk.
Let them fight.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And there's a slap fight in the office.
Like there were moments like, you know, like there were good reveals. Like Rodan I thought was a great reveal. And it's basically a big lava pterodactyl or whatever.
Yeah, right, uh-huh.
And then they're like, we got to lure it away from the city. So they bring the planes in, and then they just fly it over the city, and it just crushes.
That is true,
Like
yeah.
maybe, even if the city completely surrounds the mountain, the volcano, which I don't think it does.
Why would it?
But let's
That's
say it
madness.
does.
Yes.
You fly it up and out. You
Yeah,
don't go,
right.
let's fly low and take this this pterodactyl that's leaking lava.
There is that scene, but and
I mean, you want to see the
the
destruction.
most people being the most people being swept away to their death is again when they lured the monster out of the city. The ones you see, the deaths you see.
But maybe
the
you
most.
open with that, like it's
Yeah.
it's sweeping over the city, and then they're like, we got to get it out of here.
Yeah.
Maybe you go there.
Maybe that's footage they had for that, and they moved it around.
Maybe
Yeah.
they didn't think about it.
Maybe they didn't think about. Maybe we've thought about it more than they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you don't care. You didn't care about the human characters.
No,
is what you're saying.
None of
Okay.
them. I like Ice Cube's son, whose name I don't remember. He's fun.
Yep.
I guess. But again, all those
Wet
actors
Patch.
I like. His name's Wet Patch.
Because it's
Oh, very, very good, Mason.
All right.
Is that your joke? Who'd you steal that from?
No, it's my joke.
I don't believe you.
wow. We'll see.
Yeah, I like all those actors, and Charles Dance is in it as a sinister eco-terrorist or
The
whatever.
franchise ruiner. Let's see what happens.
But apparently he's not in Kong
What did you
Skull
like in
Island.
the idea of this eco-terrorist?
Yeah, because the idea is, and I guess this is in the trailers, or who cares, either way. But they want to release all the Titans because they're going to level the Earth.
And that will lead to humanity and the monsters becoming in balance with the
Yep.
world, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. But that's going to kill millions of people, probably.
But Charles Dance is okay with it.
He is, yeah.
Let them fight.
Yes.
As you heard Ken Watanabe say.
That's right. Well, he's a disgruntled ex-employee.
He must be.
He got his stapler taken
I looked
away.
him up. He's former SAS.
Yeah.
I did a video on like the post credits if anyone wants to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
They do a lot of shots of Kong to be like, well, he's not in this, but 2020
Yeah, right.
next year apparently Kong
Okay,
versus
alright.
Godzilla. So that's exciting, I think.
Yeah. Okay, what did you like about this movie?
No, I think that some of the monster battles were good, but
Mm-hmm.
I just and the reveals. I like the Rodan with the jets. He's knocking the jets out of the air
Oh,
and
because he can
whatever.
do his little fire twirl.
Yeah, that was quite
You know what
good.
annoyed me kind of about this movie is when the climax of this movie is set in Boston,
Mm.
and I don't know anything about Boston, but when we get to Boston, it looks Boston in the daytime looks exactly like the kind of city monsters would smash each other in, like giant monsters. Like it's quite. There's a couple of skyscrapers,
Sure.
and it's kind of like the rest is kind of low buildings. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is going to be the best finale to one of these movies ever, because it's going to be, if you can imagine amazing CGI monsters, but they're fighting exactly the way like the Godzilla monsters in the 50s would fight.
Yeah.
Just like with like hip height
yes,
buildings, and they can just kick them over and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it becomes a big smoke monster.
it does the
finale.
Warner Brothers smoke CGI
Yeah.
lightning, and a lot of that is like. I thought the locations of the battles in Kong, for example, Skull
Yeah.
Island,
Yeah.
they're on the island. A lot of them are in the day. Not all of
Yeah,
them, but a lot of them. And you can, not that you really had trouble following any of it,
Hmm.
but I also think what this lacked compared to Kong and in particular Godzilla 2014 is scale. Because they were so pulled back from the monsters a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
right.
They're obviously big,
Yeah.
but you really got that sense of awe and size
Well, that's the thing.
with
and I
Gareth
think,
Edwards' Godzilla.
and I think that's kind of where they dropped the ball, because in the last one, it was quite bold that they were like, okay, we trust the CGI of Godzilla
Mm.
and the monsters so well that we're just going to put them in daytime.
Not so much 24. Oh, you're talking about Kong more.
Well, Kong more, but there was the initial appearance of Godzilla in 2014's Godzilla. It's
yeah.
in the daytime,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, that looks good enough that, and I think, given that it's 5 years since then, I would say that this stuff was, the CGI of this would have been good enough for it to stack up in daytime if they put the time and
Definitely.
the effort in. And that's what I was looking forward to, was like a daytime battle. But of course, the King Ghidorah brings with it a gigantic storm
Yeah.
and lightning and darkness and rain.
Yeah.
And we got to live with that. And again, I
And
think
it looks good. Like, it doesn't look
looks
bad.
Good. It
yeah.
looks good, but again, it I think it would have been better in daytime. Is all
Agreed,
I'm
I
saying,
completely
you know?
agree.
Yeah.
There's also moments where a villain is explaining, or a character, I guess, is explaining their motivations for doing the thing that they're doing.
Yeah, right.
It's more in spoilers. And they're going through it. But as they're explaining on a Skype call what they've done and how
Yes.
they're doing it, there's like a montage of footage to show what they're talking
Did they
about.
make that footage?
Exactly. And I'm like,
Did they
that's
put it
odd.
into the video?
She editing is this person editing into the feed or whatever?
Did they make this? Did they make this ahead of time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a moment where they go, well, I've got a question. What's going to happen to the cities and all the people? And the person on the other end goes, well, what we've seen is the cities all renew and there's the vegetation. And then there's footage of that. So did they just have that ready to go?
It's a good
Just be like,
question,
look,
isn't
if he
it?
asks a question,
Yep.
we've got this ready.
Yeah, exactly right. Uh-huh.
So, but it's not just footage. It's
Hey,
time-lapse CGI
Yeah.
of ruined cities. And
Look, the cities were destroyed, but the radiation's brought back. The radiation's brought back all the vegetation. Anyway, there's a video. There's a link in the episode description of this video of this terrorist act. Yeah.
just things like that just seemed odd to me. And they reference a lot of like Skull Island and King Kong
Yeah.
and the other monsters I didn't mind. I mentioned there's like a crab one, there's a mammoth one.
There's a seems to be another Muto from
another
the
Muto.
previous.
Doesn't do
Godzilla.
much damage
Yeah,
or anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that involved. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, look, I liked it. It is pretty okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that the mythos is a little. They've added some weird elements just to the Earth.
Yeah.
which I think was kind of fun.
They're really leaning to that Hollow Earth thing, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't know. Look, I like this one, but it did feel a lot more like this is the setup.
Yeah.
Look, and we've talked about it. Charles Dance is
he's
the
the king of it.
The king of the game is on. Just
Yeah.
being like, well, did you like this? Well, here's some more.
But the thing that he
next time.
the thing that he references in the post credits,
Yeah.
isn't actually happening in the next movie.
It's not,
So
that's
it's
true,
happening in
yeah.
like the movie after,
Yeah,
mate,
right.
if at all.
Yeah, right.
So I
Maybe
mean,
he's going to get his own adventures in all the post credits of all the subsequent movies.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
they're never going to cross paths with Charles Dance again. It's just he's going to get his own mini movies.
I would love that.
The next we'll talk about it in trailers.
Oh, we will.
Spoilers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say best movie ever. I enjoyed it.
Alright.
I think it's worth a watch, but I don't think I would ever watch it again.
I'm gonna say worst movie ever.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would say if you're a Godzilla fan, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. which I can understand
Yeah.
because it does have a lot of monster stuff.
What's
but
your spoon, man?
What's your spoon,
The
man?
second thing
Yeah.
that I said that I can't remember. And if you're a Godzilla fan, I'd be very keen to know what you
Yeah.
think about this one.
I just think the monster stuff isn't that good, which
Yeah,
is a
right,
bit disappointing. I
Yeah.
think, yeah. There is some things before we do spoilers. Oh,
Yes.
let's just do spoilers now. Who cares?
Okay, yeah.
Here's some connections for you.
All right, I'm
Things.
ready.
Did you pick up on this? The Miles Dyson character is
Yes.
playing the same character from the 1970s, who was the assistant of John Goodman. Same dude, different actor.
In what? In a Godzilla
Miles
movie?
Dyson. Yeah.
In a Godzilla movie.
In this movie,
Yes.
this new one,
Yes.
Miles Dyson is in it.
Yes.
Don't remember his real name. Terminator 2.
Yes.
He was also Cyborg's dad.
Yep.
There's a guy in the 70s who's the assistant of John Goodman who they're running around with. They're like, we got to get to Skull Island. It's the same actor.
Oh,
it's
right,
connected.
okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, cool. I
So there you
didn't-
go.
I didn't remember that at all.
I Googled it, and it is true.
There we go.
The other thing is Zhang Ziyi, whose name I'm definitely saying wrong. You know, she's got the short hair, and
Mm-hmm. Yes.
she's like talking about whatever she's talking about. There's twins of her in this movie.
Yes.
Did you,
I did- yeah, I did
I
notice
did
that,
not
yes.
pick up on that at all.
Right, uh-huh.
One of them's working for the eco-terrorists and one's
Yeah,
not or
right.
something.
Mhm. Yeah.
And apparently that's also like a reference like the Mothra twins or something from like
Oh, I see. Right.
from whenever.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think they really what who cares?
Yeah, right,
Like
okay,
why
right, uh-huh.
are we doing that?
I think there are a lot of nods to this for people who are big fans of the previous movies. I think Ken Watanabe's character, like his noble sacrifice that he makes, is a reference to the noble sacrifice of another character in previous Godzilla movies. I think. Can we talk? We'll talk about Charles. Can we talk about Charles Dance? in
Charles
the
Dance. We
post-
should get back to Ken Watanabe as
Okay,
well.
right,
So
yeah.
yeah, because Atlantis,
Sorry.
because Atlantis and Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth, the Hollow Earth people. Yeah,
They're leaning
right?
into it.
They're really leaning into
I'm
it.
okay
yeah.
with it.
It's yeah, I kind of liked it.
Because
Yeah.
you love it, you think it's true in real life.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, look,
When
I-
you told
I
me
think the
Hollow
Earth is
Earth-
hollow and flat. I think it's two things.
So there's like it's like a layer.
Yep.
There's nothing in the middle, and then there's a sheet on the bottom.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
And then
to me.
Godzilla's under that.
like an air, like an air sandwich.
Yeah, like an air
balanced
sandwich.
on a Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, when I told you something.
You told me about Hollow Earth, and I'm like, that's what?
Yeah, right.
Like I couldn't understand what.
Yeah.
you-
But now you get it, right?
Now I get it, and I believe you.
Okay.
It's one of those things where like I looked into for a second.
Yeah.
And like, no, this is off.
No, people are bang up for it.
But why though?
I don't know.
But like, what does it matter?
Well, exactly.
How does it affect you?
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, surely you could get some money, get a GoFundMe together, and you know, get a big drill.
Drill into the earth.
Exactly. The same with the flat Earth people. I'm like,
I'll come with you.
They're like, what's beyond the wall of ice? No one knows. And it's like, well, couldn't you just get a boat out
Go
there?
and check.
Go and check. Exactly.
Nah, the government wouldn't let you get out there.
No, I reckon they would.
They probably would.
They absolutely would. One less person to worry about.
So
So Charles Dance
Charles
at
Dance,
the end.
yeah.
We get a post credit sequence where Charles Dance goes to an island.
Yeah.
Where I guess where
Rodan was lost his head.
yes,
Not Rodan, Ghidorah.
Ghidorah lost his head. And
Also, is an alien. I like
Yeah.
that wrinkle.
so I was going to say
Yeah.
that's one of the things I couldn't really talk about pre-spoilers, but it's like they just went, you know what, he is from space.
Yeah.
Remember I like the fact that we're veered enough out of the real world where we can just be like, yeah, he's from space.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be from space?
Yeah.
What difference?
You got a
does it
problem with
make?
that?
Yeah, he's from space originally, so now he's from space again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you
cool.
get frozen in ice?
I don't
Probably
know.
tripped.
Probably space ice. It's probably space ice.
Spice.
Spice, exactly.
Very good.
Yeah, and so Charles Dance is going to purchase the severed head, one of the severed heads of King Ghidorah,
Yeah.
for nefarious purposes, whatever that means.
Mecha Ghidorah.
Make a Ghidorah.
They've done
Well,
that.
yeah, they have done that. It's
Probably
true.
just clone one or whatever.
Yeah.
When Kong kills Ghidorah, like swallows its head, it's still alive?
When
Doing a
Godzilla
lot of
kills
screaming?
Ghidorah.
It's like, don't eat me. I don't like this.
Yeah, it seems alive-ish, doesn't it?
Yeah. Maybe it's just
Got
he's
him.
screaming through it.
Yes, I think maybe that's it.
But I didn't think that death was. I was okay, but I wasn't like.
I don't know.
He turned into a lava guy?
He turned into a lava guy. Yeah, it's
good too.
Well,
Was
they're
that
gonna have to up
because-
the ante every time? you
Yeah.
know?
Was he going to turn the next time? A tree guy.
Tree guy. Yep.
all
exactly.
all the elements of nature.
He's going to go all through the anniversary presents. He's going to become a paper guy after this.
A
then
wood
a wood
guy.
guy.
What's
Yeah.
wood? What year is that?
I don't know.
Is it 5?
I don't know.
Hit me up, Mason. Let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're having an anniversary out there, what?
No, you.
Oh, me. All right.
You gotta
I'll
hit
let
me
you
up
know.
on Twitter. Let
Okay,
me
I'll
know.
hit you up on Twitter. All right. Yeah.
People, make sure he does.
All right. Cool. I'll let you know. Keep you posted.
Yeah. So they visit Atlantis though, and then they
Yeah.
explode it.
Well, yeah. Initially, I'm like, is that Atlantis or just the Hollow Earth people?
I think it's Atlantis, and it was above ground at one point, and then it
Right,
wasn't.
okay, yeah, okay.
It's Kong's home because he lives in lava.
Do you mean
and
Godzilla?
Yeah, whatever. It's just shut up, all right? Shut up. No,
Is this
you're
going
right.
to be a later? This is the Godzilla versus Kong episode is going to be tough on you. I can already tell.
But I am looking forward to King Kong versus Godzilla.
too.
I think it could be really fun. But yeah, it seemed odd when they were just like, let's just explode Godzilla with a nuclear weapon. Did that turn him lava? Is that what turned him into a lava man?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
No,
the absorption of all the radiation.
Because when they dropped him out of the sky and he hit the ground, that wasn't the nuclear bomb that went off, was it? That was just a big kind of concussive force.
That was. Yeah, I don't know.
It's good that they lured Godzilla into a city. That was a good idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where can we get a really big speaker? This stadium. You have a different speaker?
Anywhere else?
No. Can you
How
transport
about that guy's
us to-
WRX?
No, I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it.
No.
So Vera Familia
Yes.
is evil. It's not her name. It's a dumb plan.
It is kind of dumb, isn't
to
it?
destroy the world, and then one of them's an alien is going to destroy the world properly for real. And then they try to redeem her. They're like, but she's doing the right thing. No,
No, a lot of
it's
people
way
died.
too late,
So
and I'm
way
glad
too many people
the
died.
truck flipped and she was smashed to death or
Yeah,
whatever
right.
happened to her.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And when someone said God, Zilla.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that's the West Wing guy. He
Yeah, I
can't
know.
resist
I
getting
know
in a
who he
little
is.
snappy zinger, you know?
Is that snappy? Is it?
Yeah, that was as snappy as he gets.
He's the bad guy in Billy Madison.
Oh, right.
Yes. It's fine. it's. I mean, I got some reviews here. Have you got
Yeah.
something else to say?
Not really, but look, I think I enjoyed it, but again, it feels like a lot of setup.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sure you could watch the highlights reel of this on YouTube quite shortly, because they'll just release promo clips.
Yeah.
After a while, they'll be like, "It's Godzilla versus King Ghidorah" and whatever. And I think it's a lot of setup. If you just want to watch King Kong versus Godzilla, just wait a year.
Wait a year.
Yeah.
I liked the bit where Mothra webs its heads and then Godzilla tackles it through the building.
That was fun.
I don't think there was enough stuff like that really stood out in the
Yeah.
fight. It was a lot of just kind of shoving each other and biting.
Also, why is Mothra inherently loyal to Godzilla, but none of the other monsters are?
Nature.
It's a really good point.
Because when Mothra was born
Yes.
and was a big caterpillar,
Yes.
it was webbing dudes and not eating dudes.
Right.
And I think
okay.
that's important.
Right. Okay.
But then Mothra died. But then her wings gave Godzilla the power.
Oh, that's right. Magical
succeed.
powers to succeed. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This all ties back, Mason.
Yeah. It's going to be awkward when he meets new Mothra, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed his mother.
Or sister. We don't know.
We don't, do we?
That's true.
Because there's a Mothra in the bloody credits. Guy Incognito says Godzilla was spectacular. Love the added regeneration lore, and I wasn't getting impatient to get back to monsters quite as much as during the human scenes. King Ghidorah must have watched Brightburn last week because he stole Brandon's finishing move.
Oh, the lift and then drop.
Yeah, very
Yeah, right,
good.
uh-huh.
Matthew Onsto or
let's-
Honesto.
Oh, I'm going to say Ernesto.
I think it is that. He's written before. I've never left the theatre very sad before. In Godzilla King of Monsters, too much going back and forth between monsters fights and people freaking out about things. Just give us some more monster fights. So I don't know. I think you do need to cut back, but I think there were some
Yeah.
choices to cut back that were a bit like, seems like an odd time to cut back to that. I know 2014 did that as well. Like,
Yeah,
remember the
right.
shipping container, the doors closed and you just as...
Oh, it's
came
Godzilla
out-
and then the monster
Yeah.
are just about to destroy each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, I think they need to have faith in the idea that we will enjoy that the CGI will hold up to scrutiny.
Yeah.
I think show it to us in daylight. Give us 10 full minutes of
Yeah.
them just wrecking each other.
I think even though people say they just want the monsters fighting,
Yep.
you can't just
Let
do
them
that.
fight, some
Let them
people
fight.
say.
You can't just do that for 2 hours.
No, that's true.
You really
absolutely.
can't.
It'll get a little dull. But I think give us. Speaking of John Wick, just give us 10 minutes of two monsters just hacking at each other,
Sure.
and it is brutal.
Yep.
And kind of really get it going so it's like those punches are really just tearing in, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like wet thumps. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Just give us something
Because it
real
is in the
brutal.
rain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nathan says, Godzilla King of Monsters is so fucking dumb. I loved every second of it. And Taylor Fleming says, Godzilla review, shoots atomic blast out of butt. While some of the visuals and spectacles are cool, at the end of the day, it was just a wet fart. So there you
fair
go.
enough. All right.
That's Godzilla.
Yeah.
It is mixed though. Like I think, yeah, there's a whole range of emotions and reviews.
Yeah. Right.
I think it might hold up. I think it'll hold up internationally.
Yeah. Right.
I think it'll do well. But yeah, I think
Have they already begun filming King Kong Godzilla?
I believe so.
Okay,
yes.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because that's again, I wouldn't want to see bad box office tank the next one because that's
No,
the one
yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe they should have done that with this one, and then King Kong could have got in on the
Yeah.
King Ghidorah fight, maybe.
I think it did tell a good enough self-contained story, but there was a lot of like, just you bloody wait for it.
Yeah. Well, again, that's exactly why I'm never going to see it again.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I don't want to just have them lightning each other. It's
Agreed.
fine. Yes.
All right, do you know what it's time for then?
What's it time for?
What are we reading?
Oh, what are we going to read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today?
What are you reading?
Good Omens. It's on Amazon Prime
okay.
Video.
Have they dumped the whole season?
Yes.
Should I watch it? Should I finally get
I'm
Amazon
like
Video
3
for
in,
this? Okay.
and I really like it.
Yeah. Is that because you like David Tennant?
I do like David
Is it
Tennant.
because you like the other guy, Michael Sheen? Is that his name?
I believe you're thinking of the guy who always plays Tony Blair.
Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it is Michael Sheen.
Okay, it's Michael
or
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Okay, great.
It's for those who don't know, it's based off a Neil Gaiman comic. Is that right?
It's based on a Neil Gaiman Terry Pratchett novel that they did together. Yeah.
Terry Pratchett's whose all his works were destroyed by a steamroller after he died.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
tell me
So
that, I believe.
the Discworld author who's passed on, and I believe they did a premiere, I believe, in London, and they put because Terry Pratchett had like a signature hat he would wear, and so they put his hat and his scarf on the front. Like
Did he have a signature scarf?
He had a variety of scarves, I believe, but one of his scarves. Anyway, they put it front row on like the front seat, so
Yeah.
he was there for. They said they'd do it before he died. So
Before he died?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow. Good on him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's an angel and a demon.
Yep.
Uh,
They
that-
misplaced the Antichrist.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be the end of the world. Or is it? Is the Antichrist good or bad? We don't know at this point. I'm only 3 episodes in, but I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
It's a jaunt through history. I really enjoyed the relationship between the 2 lead characters.
Does it feel real? Does it feel
Yeah,
like okay?
it
That's
does.
good. Okay, that's what I'm liking.
Because
yeah.
you jump through history. It feels a bit, I'm trying to think of a good example. I had a good example and I lost it, but it definitely nails
the
that.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, there you go. So no, and they're a really good pairing. It's really fun, and it, I guess that kind of, it's kind of a wacky kind of. Did you ever see that one on Netflix?
You're gonna find this similar at some
It's a
point.
bit, it's a bit Dirk Gently. It's a bit kind of Good Place kind of.
Oh, yeah, okay,
wacky
right.
rules of the universe kind of stuff.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Okay, this is going to tip me over, I think, to getting Amazon Video.
All right, for at least a month.
At least a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I've had
Yeah.
Amazon. Like a lot of the streaming services I come on and off on, but yeah,
Yeah, right, but
there's
this
some pretty good
one's-
stuff in general.
Okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to watch that then.
Okay.
But I also want to watch. Have you seen the trailers for Always Be My Maybe?
I have seen that movie. Yes.
What do you think?
It's good.
It's
I think
Ali Wong
Ali
and-
Wong should be meaner in it because I enjoy how mean she
She's
gets.
yeah. Well, for people that don't know, she's an actor / stand-up comic. She had a stand-up special called Baby Cobra a couple of years ago, which was really, really good. That she did
very
while
funny.
pregnant.
Yeah, and then she did another one where she was pregnant.
Yeah,
as well, I
yeah,
believe.
right, yeah.
Mm.
That's her rule. She can only do it when she's pregnant.
I understand that.
And it's also got Randall Park, who we
great,
know
yeah.
as the FBI agent in the Ant-Man movies.
And also the guy who wants to get Aquaman.
Oh yeah, he's all over the place. This guy, he's
fun.
Yeah,
He's good. Yeah, it's fun. I really like that. A lot of these romantic comedies I would never go and see at the movies. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I'll catch that on whatever. I like that Netflix are bringing them to the platform. I think
Yeah,
it's
right.
good. I think it's a good move. I think this is like a genre which has kind of waned because a lot of them just are bad and generic. But at the moment,
Yeah,
a lot
right.
of, not all of them, but a lot of them
Yeah.
are pretty interesting.
And also, yeah, well, I think they're like, okay, well, this, we'll give you a small amount of money to make these, I
Hmm.
guess, and then just be like, run wild and free, and kind
Yeah.
of be like, do what you want to do, and then it gives you a chance. It's not just like two middle class white people.
Yeah, exactly,
Whatever,
yeah.
they can cast who they want.
Yeah,
and whatever.
that's right.
So,
I'd imagine it'll do well because it's pretty funny. Slight spoiler alert. You can jump ahead to the next segment, but
oh, there's a special guest.
special guest in it. Do you know who it is?
I've seen the because it's
Yeah.
in the trailer.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if you're thinking about
Yeah.
seeing Always Be My Maybe, don't watch the trailer that
Do not.
auto plays on Netflix because it'll tell you who the special guest is.
Absolutely. But for those who don't care or have seen it, Keanu Reeves plays himself.
Yes,
And he's good.
Yeah, right.
He's an absolute delight. So, yeah.
Oh, also, I've been just going through. Do you watch Hot Ones on YouTube?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I'm going through every episode of Hot Ones right
Yes.
now, which is the.
You should watch a guided video which is called like every episode of Hot Ones.
Yeah.
And it's a guy who's like where the guests are surprised by the in-depth questions.
Yeah,
And
right.
they're commenting about the week. Like the first one's like, oh, this one isn't too bad or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then it ramps up. It's,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry, go on.
Well, I was going to say I enjoyed a lot. They are good questions. They are, it's a guy called Sean Evans, who I don't know anything about, but he seems to be a foodie. And every week what am I telling? They've got like 6 million subscribers.
They know what they're doing.
Everybody knows.
They
this,
do
but-
seasons, so they do them in batches. Yeah,
But he gets a celebrity, and everybody gets like 10 hot wings, and each wing has a different, increasingly hot level of hot sauce
Yeah.
on it. And then they eat the wing, and then he asks them a question.
Though people suspect that the last one not as hot as the previous
Well, the
hot one.
there's a perennial hot sauce in there called De Bomb, which is
Yeah.
like wing number 8, and that is terrifying. Like
Yeah.
that's the one where people lose their minds. But I think it's also like because it's based on Scoville units, which are kind of made up.
Yeah, right.
Like they're kind of like.
And it's subjective, I assume.
Yeah,
Like
I think
what
so
you've-
too. And I think there's different ways to formulate all these hot sauces. So it's like, but I think the idea is that the third to last one is the hottest one.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like because you don't want everybody losing their minds right at the end.
No, exactly, yeah.
Because the final one's usually 2 million Scovilles, but I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
How many Scovilles is it really, if that
Yeah.
is even
And I'm very curious as to how have you ever considered how long you'd last in that?
I've thought about it, and I also thought that if I would ever go on that, which I obviously wouldn't because
Yeah.
I'm not famous.
Well, some
but-
people tweeted us, "Hey, you want to be on Hot?" This
Yeah,
is-
they definitely have a
Well,
side.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like a couple of people tweeted us, "Hey, you should be on Hot Ones."
There's
and I'm
been-
like, and I
you-
didn't know anything about it, so I looked it up, and I'm like, "Oh, Natalie Portman, it will be on Hot
They've
Ones."
had like
Shaq.
Yeah, exactly. They've had YouTubers on it.
Yeah, right.
And I've got 1 million subscribers, but I don't get a million views a video.
Yeah, right, uh-huh.
And nobody knows who I am.
Right.
So there's no.
Well, they got to learn about you on Hot Ones.
They might just.
But have you considered how far you get through?
I would train for it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
good
that's what I
call.
would.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay with hot stuff, but I think a lot of people come into it thinking that and then get obliterated.
Yeah, I'm also curious as to what kind of. I imagine everybody who watches.
Where are
this
you at?
wants-
Yeah.
Well, like what you'd turn into, like. Because
Yeah,
there
well,
are different
that's-
reactions. Some people will like they'll get a bit like delirious. and they'll stand up.
Shaq gets weird and competitive
Yeah.
and
they'll just walk around the room.
Yeah.
Some people immediately vomit. I think that'd be
Yeah.
me.
Did you see the Scarlett
Johansson one? Yes, I did, yeah.
That's a good. She's
Yeah.
she's
Some
really
people
funny.
who are like cast iron, which I didn't expect. Charlize Theron cast
Yeah.
iron doesn't affect her at all. Which
South
is I think-
African.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she had all those blood diamonds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Others, I don't know. It's all good fun.
Yeah.
But I recommend if you're not one of the 6 million people subscribed to that,
Yeah.
that YouTube channel,
We'll give them a bump.
give them
won't
a
we?
bump.
Yeah.
Also, it makes me want to try some spice. you know?
Absolutely. I love spice,
Want
but
to
not
marry
too much.
spice?
I can't. I'm married. Wow. Yeah. Well, you marry spice.
Maybe will.
Baby spice.
Oh,
She's probably married. I don't know.
almost certainly, yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do the next
A friend
thing.
of mine played a game of pool with her the other day.
And
Don't know any more details. You got a photo? Though.
which friend?
This guy's named Evan. He's Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he listen to the show?
No.
Fuck you, Evan. You'll never know.
You'll never know. It's true. All right. Should we do letters?
Yes.
Nice.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. I know they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
Nice.
It is the latest segment of the show. If
You
you, want to
better
reach
believe
the show, hashtag Weekly Planet Pod on Twitter or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
.com.
We're doing some emails, we're doing some tweets. Would you like to go first or would you like
I'll
me
go
to
first.
go first?
This is from Alexander Malari. Loves the podcast, which is very nice of him to say. One of the big reasons is that you seem to have a calm presence in what seems to be an increasingly vocal fan base of nerd culture. I mean, I feel like you're losing your mind at a rapid rate.
I don't think
James.
it's fan base related though. I think it's just general. I don't think that's the stuff that affects me.
No, it's daily life that's affecting you. I think. Yeah. It's people looking too hard at your garden.
and it's also like the state of the world. So it's like
Yeah,
big things,
yeah,
small
yeah.
things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, these things we watch, read, etc., are just media, and I hate to see people legitimately upset, petitioning online and arguing that someone is wrong if they like or dislike something. Do you think this is a big problem? How do you deal with this?
I think it was always there, but I think it's just more condensed.
Yeah, I saw the other day on Twitter. It was a petition to DC Comics, I think, to
Was this not Adam West?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Michael
yeah.
Keaton as Batman. You know, it was like a full page ad in Variety or something like
Yeah.
that. It was like, we highly recommend you don't cast
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. And they've been, this has been, and there was one about Spock. because the rumor was that he was going to die in Star Trek 2.
Oh, right,
And there was
okay.
some Trekkies put out
Yeah.
a big article that was like, how about we recommend? They recommended some other options to them.
Kill Scotty.
Kill Captain Kirk.
Yes, please.
No one. Kill William Shatner, the actor.
You know what? It's probably is getting worse because fandom is getting bigger and fan bases.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
yeah. So it probably is getting worse.
What I feel like it's also there seems to be a pick your side situation. I feel like the
Yes.
pick your side. Maybe it is subsiding a bit though. I think maybe it reached its peak, maybe around
DC Marvel.
Batman v Superman
Yeah.
kind of era, and I think it just exhausted people. So maybe that's improving.
I think it's
slightly.
getting more. SJWs are ruining my
Oh,
life
you think
and my
you
films,
think it tapped that? You think it tipped that way?
which
Okay,
I
yeah.
find that's exhausting to me.
It
Like
is,
I
yeah.
just don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they released that cut scene from Captain Marvel where Brie Larson steals a motorbike or whatever,
Yeah.
and people are like, see, none of the other heroes.
No
did-
heroes would do that except
Tony
for
Stark was an arms
He was
dealer
an arms
for
dealer.
like 30 years.
That's even if he didn't pull any triggers, he killed a lot of innocent
Yeah.
people. But that scene it's clearly just an homage to Terminator 2.
Exactly.
In a movie that is set in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like that's just all it is.
and they didn't put it in.
yeah. And also at that point
It's not even in the movie.
Well, exactly. And at that point in the movie, she is a like relentless space cop, like
Yeah.
like an inhuman space cop whose
Yeah.
job it is to stop this Skrull invasion by any means necessary. Like
Yeah. And also, a lot of people are like,
she
what's
evolves
wrong?
as a character
Yeah.
from that point. So it doesn't matter what she's like then.
Yeah.
It's what she's like at the end.
And the other thing is people are saying, well, some people are saying, I should say, I'm sure most people don't care, that like he was just being friendly and helpful. He wasn't.
No.
He was being a creep.
Yeah.
Like it's, you're reading that wrong.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I can't even walk up and talk to her? Not like that.
There's a middle
There's a middle
That's
ground.
not what was happening.
Yeah.
Like I think if it was somebody going up and being like, I can help you with directions, and they
And then she beat her.
they
She
beat
beat
him
him
to
up.
death or whatever,
Right.
then I think
Oh,
that's
that
it.
scene! I would love to see that scene though. That's the
But
thing.
I still wouldn't complain
We've talked
because it's
about-
character
we've talked
growth.
about this. Like again, spoilers for anybody who haven't seen Endgame. Whatever, who cares? But like,
Yeah,
we've
who
said-
cares
we've
if you haven't seen it?
we've
We
said-
don't care.
We've said before, like. I like the way Endgame ended, but it would have been funny. It would have been so funny if at the end Captain Marvel had just shown up and just laid Thanos out with one punch and be like, "See,
I thought it
what
was going to happen.
yeah, right. That would have been. It would have ruined the movie narratively, but it would have been so funny.
Yeah.
And what you just said would have been so good if they put in a scene where somebody didn't know where to go, and somebody was like, "Oh, I have this map. I can show you directions," and she just punched a hole through his head and went, "Ha ha!
And I'll have your motorbike.
That's right." Feminism. And
Yeah,
then
that's
drove
right.
off. I would have loved that so much. Just a nonsensical beatdown of an innocent man. I think that would have been so funny.
Yeah,
But
anyway.
that's not what this was.
No,
She doesn't even break his arm. She just like electrocutes him a little bit.
I would say, I didn't really want to even get into this.
No, but here
there
we
we
are.
go. Here we are. I guess we
Maybe
took
this will disappear
We
in
took
the
a
edit, who
side.
knows?
They won't. I'll
Yeah.
leave it in.
All right.
What was your question? Fandom.
Fandom and what it's turning into.
Yeah, that's what it's turning
That
into.
is kind of what it's turning into. But I think, I think it for a while, for whatever reason, in a like a more harmless way, it kind of was like DC and Marvel, and you've got to pick a side, and people are really angry, and it's like, but I think that's sort of slackened off, and I think,
But I think that's also because the DC movies took a big dive.
yeah, right,
And everybody just went, it's fine.
yeah,
Okay.
I think some people were just exhausted having to constantly defend
Yes.
something that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But now that they've taken an uptick,
Yeah.
maybe they're going to come back. But also, I think I think we all collectively went, just let's all enjoy some good movies. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if they're
I
one side or the other.
agree.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me. What else? What else have we got in? As you said.
I can do it. Oh,
Please.
in the email?
Yeah. An argument someone's wrong if they dislike something. Yeah, I know. I always think that. It's like, well, at the end of the day, it's just a movie.
It
kind of
really
thing,
is,
You know?
yeah.
And it's I think, but I also think it's like, sometimes it just evolves naturally because it's fun to discuss, you know.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
well, who could win in a fight between these two characters?
Yeah.
Or like, well, there's no way this character could
Yeah.
win, you know, in that fight in that movie because obviously this guy's got this power, or whatever. Like, it's fun to discuss it.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I think maybe it's to prove you're the best fan.
It might be.
To be
yeah.
like, well, obviously,
you know the most things.
I know the most things, and obviously, if you read the comics, you'd know that he couldn't do this because blah, and it's like, and then it becomes sort of hostile.
I think, and movie fights has changed. movie fights where
Yeah.
like because it used to be just like they'd kind of yell at each other or whatever because it was in good fun.
Yeah.
But that's kind of become the norm. So they've kind of adjusted
all right,
to a bit to be like, well, this isn't really.
now they just pass notes to each other
Yeah,
in
exactly.
silence. 6 million subscribers.
Yeah, because it's just there's this because fandom it's pretty intolerable, a lot of it. But I think it'll probably shift again to something else.
I think so. Yeah, I think Again, I think like I said, I think the DC Marvel thing was really intense for a minute, and I think it's kind of
It's probably going to be a general everybody hates Disney thing because of the monopolizing entertainment and whatever and job loss and which is pretty fair.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hate don't hate a franchise, don't hate a director, don't hate an actor, hate a corporation.
Don't
That's
have
what
to play.
I say.
Hate the game.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Tim
The
Sachs.
rap of the game.
Yeah, that's right. Tim Saxby says, do you think introducing failing characters like Hellboy into other successful franchises could save those characters, such as Hellboy into the DCEU? If so, what would make a good crossover? # Weekly Planet Pod.
Interesting,
They were talking Hellboy TV series, but I don't think that they're like, no, we're gonna sit on that for a while.
I guess so. Well, Hellboy's Dark Horse, or is it owned by Mike Mignola?
It's Dark Horse.
Okay. That's a good question. Maybe you could put him in like if they ever made a Justice League Dark or a Justice League Magic Justice League. Put him in there. He's very much like he feels way more like a DC character to me anyway than a Marvel
Is he
character.
Vertigo?
Who, Hellboy?
Yeah.
No, he's Dark Horse.
He's Dark
But
Horse,
I
okay.
was wondering, is he owned by Dark Horse or is he owned by Mike Mignola?
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
so
know. I would maybe put him in because he was in Injustice 2. He's one of the bonus characters in Injustice 2. So maybe put him in like if they would whoever make a Justice League Magic team, put him with Constantine and Zatanna and
Swamp Thing and whatever.
all those guys. Put him in there. That'd be fun.
Swamp Thing's starting up as well.
Yes.
This is going to be...
People have said good things about the first episode. Again, a show we won't see for a year because
I'm
we don't
excited.
have DC Plus or whatever it is.
And we don't
DC
want
Universe.
it, quite frankly. Quite frankly, Mason.
Well, I've just committed to purchasing Amazon for a
certainly have.
month, and I'm tapped out financially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So any other characters though that you think like minor characters? Would you fold like Blade into another character, for example?
Right.
Or
What are some failing superhero characters that they've attempted?
Ghost Rider. Oh, they did him on TV. So
That's
they've
true.
kind
He
of
worked
folded him
quite
into
well.
that,
Yeah. So that was a successful experiment. Who else? The
Spawn.
Punisher they put into Daredevil. So
There you go.
but then fold them back into something.
Yeah.
Spawn. Yeah. Yeah, put Spawn into the Justice League Dark.
Spawn's
Why
in
not?
apparently. Yeah. Did you say that? Is it?
Yeah, he's
did
in-
you say
he's in-
11?
he's in
But
Mortal Kombat 11. He's coming up, yeah.
We talked about that already.
Yeah, we sure did.
Just weird dark characters is what we're saying, I
I think
guess.
so. Yeah.
Maybe you do like so. This isn't really successful. Hasn't ever really given a shot. But like we've talked about this 1,000 times. So like you do Booster Gold, Blue Beetle.
You
as
team up
opposed to
two
one or the
characters.
other.
Yeah.
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 Or you say Silver Sable and Black Cat, but you make 2 separate movies.
Yeah, for sure.
you put them
Absolutely. Yeah.
together.
Take another shot at Steel. I think that would be good.
A good Steel movie,
But
could
put
be
Shaq in it again.
no,
No, just a regular man.
just a regular sized man.
Just Shaq, but he's eating all those hot wings.
oh,
And now he's Steel again. And he really needs to fly around and find a toilet.
he didn't even fly in that movie, baby.
He didn't even fly a grappling hook.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would bring back. I reckon put Steel in. I mean, I'd like to see him in the movies, but you could put him in Supergirl.
yeah.
Or,
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot to mention. that just came out. Supergirl apparently. They're gonna. I didn't put it in news.
Oh, there's going to be a
They're
Supergirl
gonna
movie.
they're gonna cast.
Yeah,
They
right.
reckon soonish, down the end of the year, early
Cool.
next year.
I love it.
And 2021 release, I believe. I'd love to see a Supergirl movie. I'd especially love to see a good one.
Yeah, right.
But,
Well, why don't you watch
beggars
Supergirl,
can't-
the TV series, which is like a
I
movie.
really should, because a lot of people like it. And I watched the first one. I went, "This is alright."
Yeah, it's got a charm,
It certainly does. I think
Yeah.
she's good as well. This is from Unimaginative.
and she's married to the guy who plays Mon-El in the show,
really.
which is her love interest in the show. Isn't that?
I mean,
fun?
they're related. He's an Al and she's an Al
Yeah,
in the
that's
show.
true. Yeah, they're both from the House of L.
That's true.
No, wait.
Well, Dexter,
Oh yeah, no, she's you're
Dexter
right, she is.
married his sister from the show in real life.
That is true, isn't
But
it?
then they
Yeah.
got divorced.
Yeah, because they were related and it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They figured it out.
Sure did.
But not in time.
No.
Unimaginative username says, how do you feel about giving actors a second chance at comic book characters? Danny DeVito as the Penguin, but as a corrupt businessman rather than a Tim Burton nightmare.
I'd say that. 100%.
Me too.
Yeah.
Arnold as a cold, calculated freeze rather than just bad. Could they be redeemed? I would see Arnold
Would
do
you?
freeze again. Modern day Arnold? Yeah.
Because
I think he's a better actor than what he-
Yeah, no, for sure. You're right.
Or we could do it better.
Yeah.
But I'd still also rather if they did Charles Dance freeze.
yeah, right.
Think
yeah.
about that if you could.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
want
go.
to kill another franchise? I get it. Yeah, no, I think I 100% like the idea of Danny DeVito. But
Yeah.
I think that's a special case. Like, I wouldn't want to see Jim Carrey Riddler ever again.
You don't want to. Oh, no. You don't
Yeah.
want to see Tommy Lee Jones Two Face.
No.
You don't want to see the witch from the Supergirl movie return as
Not
the
so
witch.
much. No. But yeah, I think Danny DeVito's special case. I think if we were
Do you
going
want to see the monster from Howard the Duck, who was also the principal from Ferris Bueller, to come back as the monster from Howard the Duck? Except now that we know he's a pedophile in real life.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't reckon.
That was a test.
Yeah, good.
Sorry, you were saying.
Something about Mr. Freeze. I think it was probably that I want to see Mr. Freeze as more of like a nerd.
Oh yeah.
Like a nerd in a power suit. I think that's kind of how I feel like that version of the character.
Yeah.
And he sort of becomes a cold, he's transformed into a cold calculating killer.
Let's do the animated versions.
Just that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Any others?
That'll do it, I reckon.
I think that will do it. And that's
Yes.
the show.
Oh, thanks everybody for listening.
Yay!
They've done it again.
Yay!
Thanks to Liam, who was at the cinema where I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters today, who said he loves your YouTube channel and he listens to the podcast sometimes.
I'll take that.
Yeah, right? Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Well, thanks to him for telling a friend about it.
He listens
which I'm
at-
assuming he was going to.
He listens enough to know that who you are in real life.
Yep,
so
correct.
that's great. Yeah.
Thanks everybody for listening and giving us a nice review and telling a friend and subscribing if you wouldn't mind. That'd be bloody terrific.
We would love that.
If you want to say hi, we're at Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Gmail and Twitter and Bandcamp. I'm Wikipedia Brown on Twitter and I am Nick Maso, Maseau on Instagram. Your Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere in the entire world.
That's right.
We've got you can go to planetbroadcasting.com, sign up for the
Yeah.
newsletter, which is terrific, from our friend Rob Collings.
Rob
Very
Collins.
terrific. You can also follow him at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. That's where
Yeah.
all the information is. You can also go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates official Facebook group. Lots of members there.
Lots of people having a chat.
Having a bloody good time.
Yeah.
Thank you to The Brute and The Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. We have some t-shirts on tpublic.com. The other day I purchased a t-shirt with a B on it from TeePublic, and now I'm getting constant ads from TeePublic about purchasing t-shirts with B's on them. I only wanted the one. I'm
Yep.
not some sort of weird B fanatic. Just wanted the one t-shirt with a B
But you have
on
that beehive in a backpack you carry with you everywhere.
it. It's unrelated. I can quit that anytime I want.
I wish you wouldn't bring it into the studio.
I like the honey. All right?
I've never even seen you eat it.
well,
I think you're eating the bees, quite frankly.
just because you've seen me eat the bees. I ate the honey in the car. Yeah, t-shirts to public. Specifically buy Weekly Planet t-shirts. Would appreciate that. But I
and
mean,
then
buying...
you'll get recommendations of them forever.
Yeah, that's right. All the
We
other
should
ones.
set up a proper merch store and get it made independently and make some actual money off them
Disagree.
at some point.
But if you'd like to support the show,
Yeah.
go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies.
That definitely helps.
You can chuck in a buck. We'll get this studio
Yeah,
kicking
I
right
get some
off.
early videos up there sometimes, and in particular, Caravan of Garbage goes
Yeah,
up there a
that's
bit
right.
early. Yeah, Yeah,
Also, there's an Amazon affiliate link in our episode description if you want to click through there.
Yeah.
If you want to buy every Godzilla movie on DVD ever made
don't.
in the shape of Charles Dance's head, you can do that. That's available. Or just buy
Shape-
whatever you want.
It's shaped right. The human head is perfect as a DVD box set.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good on you, Charles Dance. Yeah. Next week, X-Men,
That's right. Yeah.
the last one.
Not looking forward
Let's
to
go
it.
into this.
Yeah. Let's. We're gonna have
Think
to
about it this way. Think of it as in, like, let's say we had to sponsor it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say somebody gave us some money to hype it up before.
Are they doing that?
No.
Oh, all right. But we're pretending for this.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this
yeah,
purposes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Cool. That sounds fun.
Think it's your old friends. They're back. This is going to cap off the X-Men saga. McAvoy, he's back. Oh boy.
You better believe it.
Fassbender, check out that ass.
Render. CGI.
Thank
They've
you.
CGI'd it. I don't know. Other things. Other things that rhyme.
Nicholas Holt, Why don't you do the bolt into the cinema
Very good.
to watch
Yeah.
the movie?
Sophie Turner, why don't you turn her into the cinema? Because you turned it away for a moment because you were like, do I really want to watch this terrible movie? But then turn her back into the movie. Watch that movie.
Quicksilver, watch X-Men. You won't shoot yourself afterwards.
Quicksilver, don't get mercury poisoning. Instead, watch this movie. You probably won't get mercury poisoning if you watch this.
Probably.
movie. Probably not. No guarantees and no refunds.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
There is going to come a day where we're going to get a sponsor for something
Yeah.
upcoming that ends up being bad. Because we've rolled the dice on some stuff.
Yeah.
Like we did Stranger Things not knowing. We saw the first two and we're like, this is really good.
Yeah, right. Mhm.
And we did Spider-Verse and that turned out great,
That's
which
true.
was really good.
Yeah.
But I think one day we're just accidentally going to get one. I nearly got a Mark Wahlberg one.
I'm sorry, what?
Like
Were
for YouTube.
Were they going to sponsor us? Was Wahlburgers going to sponsor us?
It was
His
the
brother's
one
burger
where
joint?
he's got a crew of
Instant
it's
Family.
a heist or something. No, I would have done. I watched Instant Family. It's fine. But he's got a crew and they got to do a heist or save a bank or something. I can't remember.
Well, hopefully, but by that point we'll have had mercury poisoning.
Yeah.
And we'll recommend anything.
Hopefully,
But until then, no. Quality only.
that's fine with
Harry's
me.
razors.
Yeah, that's right. Get one if you can. That's
Yeah.
linked below.
Oh, quick update. As to all the questions we asked last
Oh yeah,
week, the answers are in, and a lot of yeses, a lot of nos.
definitive. I would say there's a definitive amount of yeses though.
Would you? I saw
Yeah.
mostly nos.
Really? Wow, we're getting different information.
Guys, if you could go through our Twitter feeds, like replies to us.
Yeah.
Action item this week. Have you seen mostly yeses or mostly nos?
What do you got?
One word answer, yes or no. Did you see mostly yeses or mostly nos on that Twitter feed?
Let us know.
Yeah, if you could. We'd
And the
really
other things we
appreciate
said
it.
about who's your spoon man?
The thing we said, yeah.
Maybe that should be
Who's
the
your spoon
focus.
man? Yeah, who's your spoon man? If they've got a Wikipedia page, if they've got like a
Tweet, put them in the tweet.
yeah. Tweet them in. If they've got a YouTube video where they lose their mind and
Yeah.
smash up a studio,
Yeah.
we'd love to see that.
But like if they're on Twitter, hook them in.
yeah, that's right. Maybe
Yeah.
we can sponsor some of your Spoon Man.
Yes, that's right.
What if it turns out Spoon Man's a franchise? There's hundreds of Spoon Mans around the world.
I'm gonna check if he's on Twitter. He must
Okay,
be,
all
right?
right.
Yeah, his name's Brian Carlton.
Oh.
I remember he revealed that in like the last episode of
Oh, you revealed his real name.
Yeah, here he
And
is.
people were like, who
56,
cares?
Yeah. I care.
Wow.
There we go. He's got 6,700 followers. And he now hosts Tasmania Talks.
Cool. I love it. Good on
But he's doing the 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. He's finally getting some bloody sleep, mate. Good on him.
him. Good on him.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, that's the show, everyone.
Grab that gem, you guys. We will see you next week.
Hopefully. And goodbye.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like, hopefully they come back.
Oh, okay, right.
Because if they don't,
Thought something was going to happen to us.
yeah, maybe. A little week's a long time.
Nothing certain in this life.
Or death.
Patreon.com/MrSundayMovies.
Yeah, give us $1. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.